Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. Welcome to the Uncle Demi Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, all right? And today I have somebody truly special, my man Bullet. And again, I want to read off something from my man Bullet, man. Bullet is a renowned figure in the NBA 2K community, a force to be reckoned with on the virtual courts. As a top NBA 2K Twitch streamer, Bullet TV has captivated audience with its exceptional gameplay and engaging content. His dedication to producing quality NBA 2K content has propelled him to the top of the Twitch streaming world. Bullet TV is not just any player. He's a master of the game, known for being one of the elite stage players and a top point guard in NBA 2K community. His skills are confined to just playing the game. His skills is not just confined to just playing the game. They extend to his strategic and analytical abilities, making him a standout personality both on and off the court. His prowess was on full display when he clinched the title of Uncle Demi King of the Stage tournament, showcasing his dominance and securing his place as a top competitor. This victory is a testament to his skill and strategy, further solidifying his reputation in the community. But Bullet TV's ambitions reach even higher as he's a rising prospect in the NBA 2K League. His journey from a passionate player to a professional prospect is a story of his perseverance, talent, and relentless pursuit of excellence. As we dive into this, his experience, strategies, and aspirations will uncover what makes Bullet TV a true legend in the making. Everybody, let's give a warm welcome to my man, Bullet TV. How's it going, Bullet?
Wow, what an introduction, man. What's good, Demi, man? Thank you for having me on a podcast, for real. I appreciate it. I don't think I've ever been introduced like that. I mean, we spoke about it a little bit before the podcast started. I played football. I did a lot of shit in my life, but that right there is, I'm definitely gonna take that and frame it, and I'm gonna put it in one of my intros. But what's good, man? Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Bro, man. Hey, man. I try my best, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, my wife helps me out a little bit with these things too, man. But again, man, what I said is true. What I said is true, man. It's definitely, you're definitely a big figure in the 2K community. So I am definitely honored to be able to have you because, I just can't think of somebody that's as polarizing as you. You're extreme. I think that's the word, polarizing.
I appreciate the recognition and the love. To be honest, man, it's crazy that you say all these things. I can still remember, I just had a flashback, you saying all that. I remember back in the days when I started streaming with one viewer, and I was looking at all these streamers. I was like, imagine one day I could be that guy that people maybe fear or people look up to or people want to watch. Like, imagine I could get there, and just, it's crazy because you just put one foot in front of the other and then things just unravel, man. It's crazy to be in this position, but thank you, man. That feels good.
Yeah.
Feels good to work hard and have your work recognized. That means a lot, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's something that you were talking about, going back in the beginning with one viewer. I want to even go further back than there, so we can give the community the opportunity to get to know Bullet, not just the one that's having the blood vessels popping from his neck, but let's go bring it all the way back. Let's bring it all the way back. Let's bring it all the way back to young Bullet, man. To young Bullet, man. He wasn't, let's start off. So let's bring where are you from? What I mean? Where do you rep? Your city? How where's that at?
Bullet TV, man. Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Born and raised here. I've been pretty much to a lot of places around the world. I'm originally from Syria. I'm a Christian Syrian. I never really was able to go back to my country after the age of like 10 because, if you go back to my country, they would like oblige me to go to the army. So unfortunately, but grew up in a regular neighborhood. I played basketball when I was young. It was my passion, but then I was just physically made to play football. So I started following my football dreams when I was young, played at a high level, played for Team Canada football, played in front of millions of people on NFL Network, Team Canada versus Team USA. I was recruited. I had an NCAA scholarship. Didn't take it because I thought that I knew better than the system. So I decided to stay here and keep making money and then didn't make the right sacrifices and didn't have the right priorities in place. And one thing leads to another, you procrastinate, you make the wrong decisions, and it's like a domino effect. That's why for anybody who's listening, whatever you're chasing in your life, whatever your dreams are, don't let nothing distract you, keep going straight for that. And from that moment, things happen, a lot of good, but a lot of bad stuff. And it led me to, one day, me getting a PlayStation in very bad times of my life where I had lost everything.
All right, hold on quick.
Through a PlayStation, yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, because Because yeah, you're going through that. I want to kind of
Too
dissect a little bit of
fast, too
that.
fast.
Yeah, I want to
Oh, my bad, my
dissect.
bad, my
Yeah,
bad. Okay, okay.
no, you're good because the reason what I'm saying, what I want to dissect is, you know, we don't want to blow over the fact that the football stuff. So let's bring it back to
Okay, okay, okay,
the
okay.
football. Okay, so
Okay,
let's just
okay.
bring it.
Go ahead.
Let's just talk about high school football. What position did you play in high school? Give me some stats, numbers. What did you do?
All
Like
right.
that type of deal. Were
I
you a
do have. I
captain?
also, if okay, okay. So for the football part, I started in bantam football. I was 14 years old. It's called bantam. There's not really. It wasn't high school. It was before high school. And then when I started seeing the love for it as a defensive line, defensive tackle,
Okay.
I started playing high school then, and then from high school, right away they saw my potential, so they started like looking for me, looking for what colleges I'm going to play, and it just football is a thing that I was just meant for. I didn't really choose
Mm.
to play football. Football chose me.
So you played D tackle in
Especially
high school?
yep, yep, yep,
You
yep.
played.
I'm 6'1", 6'1". So like playing basketball and then getting recruited from the basketball team to play football is exceptional because they take a big boy that knows how to move and then they form him as a football player, and then the mixture is just crazy. Same thing with
Were
LeBron.
you?
LeBron, I think, they try to recruit him as a football player. He could have been a receiver or whatever. He has
Mm-hmm.
the LeBron could have been any position in the NFL. Same thing with, it was like vice versa. They took me from basketball to bring me to football.
You play strictly defense, or did you play any offense, fullback or anything
Yes.
like that, tight end?
I, I played a little tight end. I played a little fullback. I played a little O line, just because when you're younger, they make you play both positions. They make you play both ways because you're more like you're more in position, like you have better abilities than even the people on the other side of the ball. So why not
Mm-hmm.
utilize a guy like me to be able to control both sides of the ball? So I definitely
Exactly.
played a little both ways, but mainly defensive tackle. That's my
Okay.
specialty.
And I know when we was off stream, you was talking about um lifting. You was able to bench. Like I tagged on my Twitter page. Me benching 435, and you were telling me off stream, he's like, man, you was doing that at 18.
Yeah, so I had it. I have on my highlight tape. If you want to show, a couple plays from my highlight tape on your podcast, I'll send you it, and you could choose. There is a couple impressive plays, Demi. I'm pretty sure you're gonna want to see. You're gonna see. You're gonna see for yourself the bench press in the way I tackle. Like I tackle the running back by using a fullback, and that you could just see the bench press in the motion. But
Yeah.
18 years old, 18 years old, I hit the gym. I was feeling confident. I wanted to break a record, my record. My personal record was like 380 pounds bench press, and I put 405, which is 4 plates from each side,
Yep.
and I did it. And I had one of the recruiters, one of the guy who does my video, my editing for my football plays. He was there because he cannot put something on your highlight tape if it's not like real. He can't just put false
Yeah.
information, especially if those tapes were sent out to like universities for them to give me like scholarships. So
Exactly.
that day was special, man. I'm not gonna lie. 4 plates. I mean, you've done it. You know what it takes to get there. It takes a lot of
Yeah.
work,
Heck yeah.
years of dedication, and I still till this day I don't think I've ever recreated that. I was never able to live that again. I'm getting back there though, but it's been a
Yeah.
while 15 years at least that I haven't been able to
Yeah.
to
And
live
then
that type of
so
weight. But
did you play in college? Did you play anywhere in college?
I played in college. I played over here in Montreal. I played a couple of years. I got injured. I came into college injured. Even when I played Team Canada, I was injured. Just injuries on top of injuries. But all those injuries, they don't come from bad luck. Those injuries come from procrastination and, like I said, lack of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Instead of waking up to go train, I would wake up, to go chill with my boys. I would want to go out at night on weekends. I would want to go make money instead of making sure that my studies are good or my training is good.
Yeah.
It's really about sacrifice. All these guys you see on TV, all these athletes, they all took time to sacrifice. All these guys had no life on their way up to where they are. You
Oh
could
my
ask any
goodness.
athlete.
Yeah.
You can just Kobe Bryant, bro. Take Kobe as an example. Kobe's my idol. Kobe Bryant used to get to practice or before a game, and he used to shoot for 4 hours before the game started. Now, how's that even
Yeah.
possible? Well, that's why Kobe Bryant is Kobe Bryant, because
Yeah.
this guy did stuff that people don't want to do. People want to sit on their couch, watch TV. I used to be in a gym. I used to do I used to do stuff. But then I guess when I got when I became an adult and I saw money, priorities kind of got mixed up. And that's the problem. Society, it makes you, it steers you away from your path, but you have to just let go of
Yeah.
all distractions, all the parties and all the women and all the money, drugs, all that.
Yep.
You got to keep that aside and just move forward, bro, and watch how life just blossoms in
I ain't
front of you
gonna.
like a
Yeah.
flower. It's just
Coming
amazing.
from coming being 18, going to college, and you don't have your parents over your back and all that type of stuff. Now you kind of out there on your own. It's just like, and
Hmm.
that transition from going out your parents' house and going to university or wherever you're at. Those 4 years can be, not could be, they're very, very impactful, because again, like you said, it can lead you left or right. It's and again, at that age, 18, being young, you're going to make a lot. Listen, a lot of people do a lot of dumb things. I did a lot of dumb things when I was in college, what I'm saying, and was fortunate enough to be able to not have that affect me throughout, my collegiate career and professional career. But
Hmm.
like you make a lot of mistakes. So it's not like, you're the first person to ever make those type of mistakes at 18. You know what I mean? But you did say something that made a lot of sense when you're saying that, hey, those injuries was because of procrastination, because of this, because of that. And those injuries compiled. But so I'm assuming you didn't have the type of collegiate career that you wanted, but you were still able to play for Team Canada. So how did that even happen? If you had a mediocre, out of your 4 years, you only played 2 years of football, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
then
the
you
way it
still,
happened
so
is
yeah,
that coming out of high school, I was really the best defensive lineman in the country. I was the best pass rusher. I was averaging, I think, 2 sacks a game. That's huge, by the way, for those who know how a D lineman works and how getting 2 sacks a
especially
game on
interior.
average is yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty insane. I was a tackle though. I had a lot of ISO with the guard. Like I had a lot of 1v1s with the guard where I would just, but they played different against me. Just like on 2K, believe it or not, I used to get double teamed a lot when I wasn't supposed to get double teamed because if you know football, you know that the nose tackle is the guy who gets doubled. But tell me why they would leave the nose on the ISO with the snapper, and then they had the guard and the tackle double me on the line. But that's how football is. You have to work on
Hmm.
people's weaknesses and fortes. So,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, growing up, coming out of high school and going for Team Canada, it was just amazing because I came into Team Canada and I made these guys look like they were beginners. But also, you're gonna say that Canada doesn't have the same type of competitiveness as the U.S. You're right. I agree that when I went to a
Hmm.
football camp in the U.S., I saw the difference in levels, and yeah, but that's why Canada, we have the CFL, but that's why there's also certain people that get recruited all the way from Canada to the NCAA because there is always needles in haystacks.
Of course, of
But coming out
course.
of Team Canada, I was more technical than I was physical. I was like, benching 4 plates going into Team Canada. I mean, as 18 years old, it's you're gonna make impact. But I was a
Yeah,
very technical guy. I was really good with, like I said, a pass rushing. I had good hands, good IQ when it came to
hmm,
like getting open and getting to the quarterback. I just had the vision. I just knew how to get to the quarterback, or the running
yeah.
back.
So
So
then
get
that intensity.
after Team Canada, my head kind of like got too big to enter to fit through a door. So that's where the procrastination started. That's where I started taking it easier and not taking it serious. And
So
then
you came out of high
injuries
school.
started
Okay, I'm
settling in.
confused. So you came out of high school playing for Team Canada, or did you go from high school playing college ball and then
Be,
after college ball you went to Team Canada, or is it different in Canada?
be, yeah, it's different. So over here, there's 5 years of high school. After that, there's CJEP. CJEP is a 2-year transition. So 5 years of high school, 2 years of CJEP, and 4 years of college, or five, depending on what you do. So we
Dang.
don't we don't go from high school to college here. We go from high school to CJEP and CJEP to college. And
What's CJ?
colleges, CJEP is basically a transition between high school and college. CJEP is what determines what college is going to be able to be open for you. So just like
Wow.
you guys, you have your SAT tests. We don't have SAT
Yeah.
tests. We don't have that. That doesn't exist here. We have CJEP. CJEP is 2 years of school that you get to start choosing your classes. Just like in university where you choose your classes and your schedule,
Yeah.
they start to they integrate you slowly with CJEP. You get to choose what classes you're in and what type of path you want to take and like
Wow.
a preparation for university. So
Okay.
those 2 years of transition, I played for another a CJEP team of football, And then I got selected in Team Canada before getting into college. So when I got in college,
Oh.
they didn't like I was kind of they tried to dog me because they were like, don't think you're gonna get it as easy as Team Canada. They were like, I was the guy that was coming in, and they thought that I don't know, they thought that I took it for granted, but I took it serious. But they were
Mhm.
talking down on me, talking like, yeah, this is not Team Canada, bro. This is college ball. Like they tried to bully me when I walked. It's really serious, man. It's crazy how football teams, you have to have tough skin. That's why when people see me screaming on 2K, they don't realize that, in the football world, that's not considered screaming. That's just considered, okay, yeah, he's competitive. He wants to win. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
but I
and
understand
you
2K is a yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
you're fierce. You're fierce, man. Like I said, you're fierce. And so now let's transition to that. So your Team Canada career, how long did that last? And then once that ended, what was kind of your next step to getting to, where we're obviously we are now is, getting to initially playing 2K. So your career, when did it end with Team Canada? Your football career ended, and then what was your next step as far as like life, employment, job, career?
So Team Canada was a tournament, right? It wasn't really a team where I could join and play seasons with. It was a
Oh,
tournament
okay.
that was so Team Canada was basically it was amazing because we played in the Ohio Hall of Fame stadium that was
Mm-hmm.
inaugurated by Emmett Smith. I saw Emmett
Mm-hmm.
Smith in front of my face, which is amazing because he's a legend. And
Yep.
seeing yourself on a big screen, 25,000 people sitting there watching every game, or at least Team Canada versus Team USA. It was the finals, by the way, and it was just amazing seeing yourself on the jumbotron. It was such a crazy
Mm-hmm.
experience. After that tournament ends, that's when I went into college. So that was a tournament that put me up on the list of like getting recruited, and even coaches from
Ah,
from
okay.
from the US team at the end of the game, coaches from the U.S. team were like, "You don't belong where you are. You need to come play down south." So I was even getting comments from the other team, the coaches, telling me that I'm not where I belong. So that kind of
Uh-huh.
gave me motivation to be like, okay, I got to take this serious. So then I entered college, but like I said, I didn't take it as serious as I said I would. And entering college from there kind of was the beginning of my downfall. Walking in with injuries, out of shape. I wasn't disciplined. I wasn't the shape I was when I walked in Team Canada. So that kind of bit me in the ass, and
Yeah.
it kind of gave me a reality check, and
Yeah.
one thing leads to another, one injury leads to another one, and then it was overwhelming. It
Did,
was overwhelming. I kind of messed up on that part, but after
did you end
that,
up
I
graduating?
was in my no, not from college, because the only
Okay.
reason I went to college was to play football. For you to be
Like
able to play
most people,
football in
yeah.
college, you need to have, yeah, pretty much. So I didn't really graduate. I did learn a lot of good things though from college. I learned as much as I could. I used to work. I studied in kinesiology, which is massage therapy and physiotherapy.
Hmm.
So I know a lot about the human body. I know a lot about muscles. I know how to treat myself. You see, I have ice right now because I'm
Yeah.
undergoing some heavy training. I'm trying to get back to my football days, but it definitely, college is a very, I wouldn't say college is a necessity. I think that nowadays, you know what's best for you in life. You know what path you should
Hmm.
take. But I do know one thing, that no matter what people tell you, oh, school is no good, you don't learn nothing. It's not true. You do learn a lot from school. And one of the things you learn is discipline. Discipline, showing up on time, and being in your A game is very important. That's something that is taught in school, but also in football. A lot of
Yeah.
discipline that I have, a lot of dedication, comes from football too. So football forms you. School keeps you behaving. You need to behave. Like you
Yeah.
need to have you need to have structure in life. So I feel like
Yeah.
school gives you that structure, and it gives you some knowledge. Maybe everything you learn in math, you're not going to put in pi, or
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
these the
Exactly. Exactly.
fractions,
Yeah.
and you might not use that when you're going at the grocery store, or when you're working your day job, but you're going to learn a lot of things, social behaviors, just being around people. All these little things, they help you out throughout
Yeah.
your life. So I think that school is very important, unlike what people try to tell. Like there's streamers out there promoting, yeah, I never finished high school. Well, no wonder you can't count one plus one. Like most of these streamers, but they can't even read a proper name. Demi, I'm telling you, like people, they come in my stream
Yeah.
and they're like, wow, you're the first one. They're like, you're the first one that was able to read my name correctly. I mean, I'm the only one that
Yeah.
has an education in the 2K community. Like, it's
Yeah. Yeah.
well, not the only one, but you know what I mean. It's a lot of
Of course. Yeah. I know. I see what you're saying. So then, when did 2K start? When did video games, 2K in particular, came in your life? I'm pretty sure you're playing as a kid anyway, right? So when did you start taking
uh,
it serious?
even when we play football, we used to play 2K in the locker rooms. I played 2K like since 2K5. I was really playing, play now. I'm obviously always taking the Lakers with Kobe, just hooping,
Dang right.
just love to play the game. I played IRL basketball for 20 years. Still till yesterday,
Yeah.
I actually,
I saw your
I,
stream. Yeah.
I even, yeah, exactly. I was streaming it on YouTube. You know, I was hooping. You know, it's passion for me. You know, basketball is passion, and I the way it transitioned is basically I was playing 2K and I stopped playing video games from like throughout the whole time I played football. So for like 7, 8 years, I hadn't touched a video game. I played occasionally at friends' house. Like I would play 2K at other people's cribs, not at my crib. So
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
they were like, "Yo, let's play 2K," and I would just grab a controller, pick a random team, and I was just a natural gamer, bro. I was always been a good gamer, you know. So I
Yeah.
played Call of Duty back then more than anything. So my reflexes are always there, my timing was there, and the love of the game is there. So you put all that
Mm-hmm.
together, bro. You don't need rocket science, you know. And
Yeah.
I just things
Were you
happen in my
always a
life,
guard?
bro. Yeah, always a guard. I never really touched big men or anything. I always wanted to be the one. Even when I
Controller.
play IRL basketball, I always have the mentality of a guard, but unfortunately my body cannot follow what my thoughts want to do. But you know, that's the unfortunate part. You know, me and you were bigger builds, right, Denny? So
Yeah.
we can't really crossover, cut in between two defenders and then go up with a you know, like
Yeah, exactly.
we're a
Yeah.
little too big for that.
We're bulldozing through people,
So
man.
I swear. So it's always been fun to be able to translate all my dreams through a video game. You know, everything that I've wanted to put on paper, I could put it holding a controller. That's I think that's the amazing part of why you see the passion when I stream and I play every day. You're like, how
Yeah.
do you do this every day? It's my 6 year, Demi, bro. Every single day, man. I took breaks here and there, but 6 years, six legends in a row.
Yeah.
I just
And
I
I,
don't even know how I do it myself. You know.
I want to get into that too because so you're saying you got back into playing video games. You was a guard, and you were
Hmm.
naturally good. I think most people like us, streamers and stuff, naturally were just good at video games. But when did you
Yep.
decided that, or was it okay? This is the best way to say it.
Hmm.
Was it somebody that you saw as a content creator that made you say, "Hey, you know what? I can do this too," or what led you to start streaming and becoming starting the infancy of becoming the Bullet TV that we know now?
Wow, what a story, man. I don't know if I don't know if you were gonna put that. You can edit it out, but after football, I met this girl, and which I thought I was in love with. And I would, if you want to put it, you can put it in the podcast because I think that
Yeah.
that could be something that people can avoid in their life. You know, I met a girl, I trusted the wrong girl. I saw all the red flags, but I stuck through because I was blinded by love and lust, I guess. And
Hmm.
that girl was and crazily to say, that girl ended up setting me up, cheating on me, and robbing all the money that I had saved, everything that I had saved, everything. She took everything from me. But because of
Hmm.
her, with my own money, I still stuck with her after because I wasn't sure it was her. With my own money, she bought me a PlayStation and she bought me 2K. Now,
Mm.
isn't it crazy how life just
Hell yeah.
you know I would never, you would have asked me 6 years ago, you would have told me you're gonna be one of the top 2K streamers. I would have laughed in your face. What are you talking
Mm.
about, bro? Me a 2K streamer, me a streamer? I didn't even know what streaming was. So she bought me a PlayStation with my own money. I'm in a midlife crisis. I have no more
That's
school,
crazy.
I have no more football, I'm injured, I'm broke. I was sitting in bed crying, broke all the walls in my house. Literally, it was a very bad time in my life. And then the
Facts.
only thing I had was waking up every day, getting on 2K17 specifically,
Hmm.
2K17, and I was playing Play Now online for the first 7 months of the game. And then one day,
Hmm.
Demi, one day, I opened the game and I was exploring. I was tired of playing Play Now, and I saw something called My Park. I clicked My
Yeah.
Park, and that moment, that second, changed my life. Clicked My
That's
Park,
awesome, man.
created a player, walked in the park, and then the rest is just history. I started playing the game. 1 year later, somebody was like, "Yo, you're funny. You're good at the game. I think you should try starting a YouTube channel." I don't remember that person, but
Mm.
he showed me how to start a channel. So he just said, "Click share button on your controller and go from there." And that's what I did. I started streaming.
Oh,
I
that's
hit fifty
crazy.
thousand. I hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube with a PlayStation on the floor full of dust. No camera, shitty mic, $40 mic. literally created something out of nothing, bro. And it's so magical when you think about it again and you see how things happen from one,
Yeah, man.
you know, it takes, you got to be at your lowest and you got to be on the all the way on the bottom, and then something's, as long as you keep pushing and you keep moving forward. I think that that's the key when you're at your lowest in life, you know, you
Of
just keep
course, of
moving forward
course.
one day at a time.
And the thing is this, and I want to let you know too, because I think for all athletes and other athletes that's watching this, you can relate. You know, when you realize your football career is done with. I remember for me when I tore my labrum and I realized, you know, I was no longer be a major league baseball player anymore. Um, I went through the same phases, complete depression. Like you said, balled up in the bed, crying
Hmm.
every day. Because for all of our
Yep.
life, we were considered an athlete. That's what we identified as an athlete. So
As
when
as a
once that's
successful
gone,
athlete that had, like, you know. Hmm.
yeah, and when it's gone, you just have an identity crisis. And you know, and it's
Oh
funny,
boy.
it you know, it took for you getting to the bottom. It took for me once again being the bottom, backs to the to the door. You know, we have nothing left, and it's amazing how reality is we both ended up picking up controllers, and that was the fundament, the foundation of getting to where you're at. Now, I want to go ahead and get a little deeper as far as you getting on 2K17, you getting on the controller you're playing. I'm assuming you're playing with just random people, right?
Yep.
Was it the party
Pretty
chat?
much.
Was it
I
party chat? Or was it game chat that people were saying you're funny, you need to start YouTube? Was it friends in the party chat, or was it you just
so
talking shit to the people in the game?
so I mean, I want to say my first moment. I remember my first moment getting on Park like it was yesterday. I walked in with a brown shirt, 60 overall, bald head for the first and last time you saw me as a bald head on 2K. I walked in as a bald head, brown shirt, and I hop on the dots on twos exactly in Sunset Park. Sunset Park, hopping on twos. Somebody hops on next to me. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get a feel of the game. And then 2 minutes later, the game ends. And the game ends, and as soon as the game ends, the guy hops off the dots and they get on a squad. So he was holding dots with me, and that was my first experience on 2K, and I was like, wow, this
Yeah.
guy just okay. I was like, okay, I see how it is. Okay. And then I started to realize I was like, okay, maybe my overall, it makes sense. So then I went to career, I went to build my overall a little bit. Then I came back to park, and then I just started playing a game, and then I just started meeting people in game chat. And they were like, oh, you're decent. You know, I started sending friend requests because you know, the people that tell me, Bullet, I have nobody to play with. Because I know some people watching right now, they're like, yeah, but I have that same issue. I just walk in park, I have no friends, no people to run with. It's a very simple equation, bro. You hoop, send friend requests out, talk in game chat, and when people see you have a reasonable thought process, they're going to give you a shot, bro. The people in the
Mhm.
2K community, some of them with like a 60, 70 win percentage, these guys, they have leniency. They don't have ego. There's a lot of people that have ego in the community, but there's also a lot of people that don't. And they give chances to newcomers, just like myself. I was given a chance by this guy called Low Damien. He took me under his wing. He had like a 70 win percentage. To me, it was impressive, by the way, back then. It's like, wait,
Damn
70 win
right.
percentage? I was like, whoa. I was like in the 40s, 50s. I was like, whoa, I gotta run with this guy, you know? And then just, you know, started running, and he introduced me to other people. He would put me in a mix with other comp players, and that's just how a domino effect, you know, one thing leads to another. And then I guess a year later, when I kept playing the game, and I started getting out of the depression I was in. I guess I started becoming myself a little more, and people noticed. And maybe somebody I was running with just told me, you know, maybe you should try. Because I did start pulling up on some YouTubers and streamers when I started discovering the streaming world. I was like, whoa, this is fun. This guy has
Yeah.
200 people watching him. I'm pulling up, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
it was exciting for me it brought a little spice to the game, where the game, that time when I started streaming,
Okay.
Fortnite had just came out, you know?
Oh,
In
yep, yep,
2K18,
yep.
so I let go of 2K18. I played Fortnite for a couple months and then came back. And once I came back to 2K, that's when somebody saw the potential and he's like, "Yo, you should start streaming. You should just try it, you know." And I tried it, and I
Yeah.
started pulling up on people, man. I pulled up on
Yeah. Who was the
streamers,
first
pulled up on the
person?
best players.
Who was the first creator you pulled up
Um,
on?
the first guy that really, the guy that told me, that made me think that I could do it, is Jay Savage, man. Shout out to Jay
Okay.
Savage, bro.
Yeah.
This guy's been in his community for years and years. One of the OGs, one of the gurus of this community. Very underrated, unfortunately. because people judge of other things than just the game,
Yeah.
unfortunately, as a streamer. But Jay Savage, man, 97 win percentage. He was playing with
Jeez.
Snag City and somebody else. These guys were
Hmm.
the best of the best. They were on a nice little streak. I pulled up. I went 9 for 9, 21 points, all ISO with a pure sharp on 2K18. I just did the impossible
Yep.
pretty much. And since
Snatchbacks of
that day,
hell.
you can even go as you said, sorry?
Snatchbacks of hell. Where in 18 is all them
Snap,
snatchbacks.
snatchbacks, breaking ankles, shooting fades. It was crazy. It was just crazy. And I remember that day I went to his chat and Jay Savage gave me recognition. He said, "You're a hell of a player." And he's never been whooped. He never lost to somebody going 9 for 9 on him, 21 points. That was the beginning of me understanding that, bro, not only you can do this, but you might be one of the best if you keep
Yeah.
at it, you know?
That's
So
awesome.
little things like that. I also pulled up on, I don't know if you remember, they used to do the 99 wars. You remember when they put all the legends in one park and they used to do wars? They used to try to go
Yeah.
on a bigger streaks, all legends. And I pulled up on that. I pulled up on, it was God Jr. And some other guys. For the OGs, you guys remember these names. I pulled up on them and I beat their ass. I ended the streak. And that's when people started to know, okay, who the fuck is, who is this bulletproof guy, you know? This
Did you hit
bulletproof guy,
18?
bulletproof.
And did you hit legend at
I
18?
didn't hit. I didn't. I was 97, 98 overall. I didn't follow through
Okay.
legend, but
And your name
that
was
was the only
Bulletproof
year
back
that I
then?
didn't. Bulletproof 99 with numbers in my name, and people were like, they nobody took me serious until PlayStation allowed name changes. That was in 2K19, I believe. 2K19,
Hey.
PlayStation allowed you to change your name, so that's when I was like,
Yep.
okay, now I got to be
Bullet
serious,
TV.
you know. So,
And you went, and that's
yep,
when you went to Bullet TV?
yep. That's actually the
Okay.
name was Bulletproof TV, but I was like, it's a little too long. I got to cut it. And then Bullet TV, you know, just like a bullet hitting your TV, like my content is gonna hit your brain hard. That's the metaphor of Bullet TV. That's how I created it. It was like, what if, you know,
Okay.
yeah, and I created that. Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, I know, no,
I like, I
listen,
like,
I
yeah.
liked it. That's dope. Now
Mhm.
I actually know the reason behind Bullet TV. So that's
Yep.
pretty dope, man. So okay.
Hmm.
So this 19, this is when you hit legend. You hit, obviously, were you playing a lot of stage back then, or did you hit your legend playing My Career and then going to state? When did you? Because I'm really curious about when you start going sweaty, right? So let's talk
Okay.
about 19
So
hitting legend, and
I
then
was
talk about when
already
you start going
so,
sweaty.
so the transition from 18, I already was fond of my win percentage. In 18, I had around like an 80 something win percentage. I was really just focused on win percentage. 19 came out. It was the beginning of the game. I was just grinding park, just getting parks full. I just had a method of getting people in my park and just getting back to back games. And then Gold Rush. Gold Rush came out in the holidays in December. It
Mm-hmm.
was a 3 hour event, and
Yep.
somehow the only Gold Rush that wasn't boosted, the only Gold Rush that wasn't people weren't doing weird stuff. I just won it. I won number one, and winning Gold
Dang.
Rush in 2K19 was huge. It was huge,
Hell yeah.
and people are like it's impossible. You won it fair and square. I mean, I never got banned. I mean, I'm a streamer.
Yeah.
I stream every day, so like it's impossible for you to neglect the fact that I won it legitimately. You could like I never got no consequences for like you could see it in your face. Now, did people spin the block multiple times? Yeah, but for those who understand Gold Rush, it was whoever won the most VC in the end of the 3 hour event. So I
Yeah.
was number one in that event, and that propulsed me. That event right there brought my numbers in 3 digits. So I was always averaging 30, 40, 50 viewers. After Gold Rush, it was in the hundreds, automatic. Like every
Mm.
time I started the stream, my Noti gang was 100 plus. So
Were you
that
still
right
streaming
there,
from your
uh,
PlayStation?
still for my PlayStation, no setup, no nothing. PlayStation on the floor, no
So
camera,
hold up.
nothing.
So that's
And
so
yeah,
18 and 19 both streaming from the PlayStation still. No face
18,
cam,
I only
nothing.
had streamed for a couple of weeks. Nothing. 18, I started for a couple of weeks. So in the month of August was when that's why I don't count 18. 18 was like just me dipping my feet in the water. Like I just didn't know what I
Okay.
was doing. I
Mm,
streamed for a couple of weeks, and then 19 came out. I was like, okay, this is the real beginning. 19, you know, boom.
mm.
Let's start our career here. Boom, boom, boom. So, and then you know, once I won Gold Rush, I was like, okay, you know, now, you know, you feel like the expectations and the people what they expect from you is higher. So you hold yourself to a higher standard and you expect nothing but greatness from yourself. So by
Yeah.
doing that, I just elevated my own gameplay, and I started learning more and more, and started getting involved in tournaments, started like trying to, and then the one thing I have to shout out Troy Dan. Troy Dan, man. Troy Dan came up to me and he said, "Listen, I saw you just hit legend. Congratulations. I want you in my legend tournament." So Troy
Oh
Dan
yeah,
invited
man.
me to his 2v2 tournament, which I'm praying one day he brings back. Troy Dan is one of the best entertainers out there, one of the best
Facts.
organizers. He just such an amazing person, man. This guy, most down to earth, big YouTuber I've ever met.
And you get
And
into
this
a
guy
Troy
brought me under his
tournament.
wing.
You get
Yeah.
into a Troy tournament. That puts you on. Everybody knows who you are then, man. Because Troy his
Yep.
streams,
Yep.
I remember vividly when Troy streams back then, man, he'll have 10,000, 12, 14,000 people
Easy.
watching his
Easy.
stream live. Like, I'm just like, God. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So yeah, man. Yeah. So
But
go
but
ahead.
just like any other streamer, I feel like when you have a lot of people watching a streamer, they watch him from him, right? So like, yes, obviously there is some people that came from his stream to my stream, but it was a lot of negativity, especially when I lost. But
Yeah.
bad publicity is publicity at the end of the day.
Say it all
So
the time, man.
then when I won one of his tournaments, I won one of them. That's when it was like, wow. I won one of his tourneys. I had like 600-700 viewers, bro. I touched a lot of viewers early in my career. I will admit that I had early success as a streamer because I was doing things recklessly. Now that's not a good thing, also because that is why also I guess the people from 2K didn't never really uh, took me too fondly at first because I was very aggressive, pulling up on streamers, talking my shit, cussing them out, calling myself the best. And I think that's part of who I am. That's part of the
Yeah.
football player that that's part of my way of thinking, my way of doing things. It's just the fact that you're put in an environment very competitive, and it's a dog eat dog world. You have to,
Yeah.
it's either you
And I, and
eat
I,
or you
I
get eaten. So
facts. And since you brought it up, I was gonna bring it up later on in the podcast, but we can talk about it now because you're right. Straight from the beginning when you were streaming, because I had to go back. Not on Twitch. I had to go on your YouTube and go back. And I
YouTube,
was like, yo, day one, you were aggressive. You was in there, man. You were whoever you was playing with. You was talking mad shit to them. Your teammates, you were yelling at them. You were telling them to do better. Like from day one, you have been in your face abrasive, right? But
yeah, yeah. It's not
that
something that
is
I changed throughout the time.
yeah, and but what I'm getting to is that there's many ways of being a content creator, right? You have the ones that are very quiet, they kind of sit there, and a lot of people watch them because they're really skillful, right? We see a lot of those guys. Then you have the other ones that are just like, really positive, go lucky type, streamers, that type of deal. And then you have the ones that are kind of like, before you come in there, you have to be 18 and up, to get in there, right? But I feel like
Mm-hmm.
the reason why your approach is so successful is kind of just like it is in hip hop and everything else. A lot of people, they want to talk like that. They want to be like that. They wish they could, be good and talk shit the whole time. And that is what brings people to the channel, is because they're just like, man, like, dang, I wish I could, be macho enough to be able to say that and back it up. You know what I'm saying? And kind of have that, like, that bully mentality. And you're right, it does rub people wrong. Okay, so let's talk
Yep.
about it. Throughout your journey, since you've been streaming, there has been I'll say every 3 to 4 months. You know what I'm saying? I think it kind of trickled down a lot this year for you. There's always some type of
Mhm.
issue with another creator. There's beef. There's this. There's that. Do you think that this approach is something that you want? You are you ever going to change, or are you trying to say, listen, man, I'm just going to ride it till the wheels fall off?
So in 2K19, bro, you see the way things went is that the community's been very toxic. When you
Of
have
course.
somebody that is paving his way in the community and that is making a lot of noise and a lot of impact, you are going to have people knocking at your door. I think people have a misconception of the fact that I'm the one initiating beefs or initiating these altercations that you're talking about.
Hmm.
So I'm not an unreasonable guy. I'm not a monster. I'm not a guy that just goes out and like, okay, who am I going to beef with to get relevancy? No, I never needed to beef with nobody. Matter of fact, my content was solely on me and my supporters, me running with
Yeah.
my supporters since day one. And that's what we've been doing since day one. It's like me. getting people lit in the park. I pick up people from my park, and that's it. I never really was the guy to pick up hawks or stage players. People know me for running with my supporters. They know me for showing
Yep.
love to my community and running with them,
Correct.
So
Correct.
I feel like the way things happen is that once you make noise and once people feel threatened and once people talk about you in other channels, that's when the streamers they start not to like you indirectly. So
Mm.
you never had an altercation, you never said nothing about him, but the guy talks bad about you. And it all started with guys like, there's so many names I could name. I'm not going to
Oh
name names,
yeah,
but
there's a
this
lot. Yeah.
people, but early on in my career, people were coming at me talking about this, talking about that, but just because they couldn't do it like I did. Now,
And you
now
didn't
the
back down
reality
though.
is
Let's keep
that
it a stack. You never back down. So when you heard when people were talking, you came back tenfold, right? You came back
yep,
tenfold. You made
yep,
sure
and
there was.
because Demi, you have to understand your channel is your brand. Your brand is what people are going to either respect or disrespect. Do you
Mhm.
want people to know you as the guy that when he gets talk, like nobody in the real world, when I walk around, nobody talks to me the way these people talk to me online. So why
Of
should I
course.
back down online when in the real world I don't? And the beauty is of what I do is that, like you said, there's people that are mellow, there's people that are more they do things a little differently when they stream. I'm a little mixture of everything. You can come at
Mhm.
3 in the morning and I'm going to be the super chillest guy on stream. And then you could come at 11 p.m. when I'm playing a wager and you're going to see a different guy with his veins popping out. Like, whoa, what's going on? This is not the guy I saw at 3 in the morning. Like, does this
Yeah.
guy have multiple personalities? No, it's just that I I know how to flip the switch when the switch needs to be flipped.
Mamba
When we're
mentality,
playing for
baby.
money, pretty much, bro. Pretty much, but I'm always on the grind, and I know that I have things to fix. I know that I don't rub people the right way sometimes, but you have to understand that when people attack you so much in a community like this, bro, you could ask anybody who came up. Nobody had a clean come up. The people who had a clean come up
Facts.
are people that are like more content creators. The content creators, they don't get to have as many altercations because all they do is create content. They drop videos, and they don't go in your
Yeah.
way. They don't bother. But streamers, we're in the trenches. Every day it's a challenge. Every day you got people pulling up on you. If they beat you, they comment and they follow. They say, "GG's, you suck." If they
Yep.
lose, you don't hear of them. It's such a toxic community, and people don't realize what it takes to survive in a community like filled with people that just want your blood on the game. It's just crazy. But it's been I gotta admit that I've went at creators as much as they came at me, but it's
Mm.
that's what it's about. No, Demi, don't you think that in a community where it thrives on competitiveness, don't you think that that's what people want to see? They want to see the best versus the best. Like
Of course.
at least that's what I thought. Back then in 2K19, I used to pull up on streamers and they used to run away from me. Demi, I have it on clip. They used to run away from me
Oh
because
yeah.
they knew I was on the come up. Now, that's the problem with this community is when they see you're on the come up, not only they will neglect you, but they'll close the door on you and they'll talk down on you. They'll talk bad and they'll try to label you as a bad person. And that's when you have to defend yourself. And that's what I
Yeah.
did. I defended
Well, I will say
myself.
this.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll say this, man. That's across all communities, and nobody wants to give up their throne, right? This is everybody's livelihood. Like you said, you and I, we're grown adults. We do this full time. This is how we put food on the table.
mhm.
This is how we pay our bills. This is how we do adult stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's amazing that creators, and again, content creators are a little different breed. You're right. Like myself, it's not like we're really necessarily like we're competing, but we're kind of like in a big ecosystem of YouTube to where it's like, all right, man, everybody can really kind of eat. When it comes to Twitch streamers, especially stage players, y'all play each
Yep.
other all the time anyway. So there's always going to be that fatigue of I'm tired of playing this dude, or you start to get these grudges, and it's like you're playing Game 7 every single day. My thing is this: does that really fuel you every single day? Because I know for me as a YouTuber, I look at y'all Twitch streamers and I'm like, bro, man, especially the ones that are playing competitively and playing wages every day. I'm like, dude, that is mentally draining. Like I be like, man, I'm glad I do not have to wake up every day and sweat my ass off every day. But then I ask you, is that something you wake up for and get up for? Like that gets you going? Like you want to compete every single day when you're playing? Or is you kind of like, dude, like you would love to be able to do something else, but your fan base wants to see you in that type of mode.
That's a great question. Nobody's ever asked me that. Nobody ever really cared enough to ask me that. That's a deep question. Demi, I I 6 years ago, man, I told you about, I was in a depression. I felt like my life purpose was gone, This gave me purpose, man. Waking up
Hmm.
every day, wanting to be the best, wanting to by me wanting to be the best and me wanting to win everything. I'm greedy when it comes to want to be the best. I want to win every tournament. I want to win every wager. Like you could see, even this year, I want to play 3v3, 5v5. I want to play everything. I want to be the best at everything. The problem is you can't be
Yeah.
the best at everything. Now, but my journey to becoming the best, my journey to bettering myself every day, my journey to always wanting to face the titans of the community, the guys, even the people that cheat or whatever it is, that is the journey that I realized that not only people want to watch, but I want to live. An
Hmm.
easy path doesn't give you a succulent reward. The reality
Yeah.
is that high risk, high reward. It's amazing because yeah, the downfalls and the losses are horrible. They're bad. When you lose a wager, it's the worst feeling. When you lose a tournament or you come up short, it is the worst feeling. But also, it sparks things in you that make you realize like you have opportunity now. Now you have an opportunity to prove everybody that thinks you're bad that you're good, and that's what I
Yeah.
did last year. Was I think the fruit of all these years that I've been coming up short. Man, I can only tell you how many tournaments I came second, third, fourth, or whatever, and it just kept coming short, short, short. And last year, winning your tournament, winning LSK tournament, winning, the 2K League tournament. Hey, man, so many tournaments, so many wagers. We
Yeah.
went undefeated all year. It was just magical because it shows you that after all these years of failure, you finally amount to something. So
Yeah.
how do I go through this mentally every day, bro? Knowing that, I'm just gonna get better. The result from this is gonna be amazing. And one day I'll be able to get on the game and not even sweat it and be one of the best. And I feel like
Facts.
that's where I'm at right now in a way where
Hmm.
obviously if I play people, the disadvantage of being a streamer too is that the people they watch you so they know what you're about to do. You see, the people that I play in wagers now in tournaments, they're like, okay, this is Bullet. Bullet, he's gonna go left, right. He's gonna fade away. He's gonna go rim run. He's gonna do behind the back. Like they know all
Yeah.
my moves. I know nothing of them. They know everything of me. So like, it's just, it's like
Yeah.
playing. It's like playing poker, but you see the guy's cards. I mean, no wonder you're not gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the guy's cards, you know what he has. Like, but even in poker, sometimes, even if you see the guy's cards, he's gonna win the hand because he has a better hand. So, like,
Facts.
I feel like 2K translates in a way where, okay, even if they know all my moves, I can still switch it up. You're gonna be like, yeah, but why don't
Yeah.
you switch it up? Why don't you, if you run ISO and they know you're gonna run ISO, why don't you use screens? Because that's what makes me Bullet. That's what makes me who I
Yeah.
am. I don't back down. I don't change for nobody, and I definitely am going to be the same person. You can go back and stream because I took away a lot of streams back then, Uncle Demi. I
Yeah.
unlisted a lot of my streams because I I did say some things back then that I don't want people to necessarily
Of
think
course.
that
Yeah.
it's me. But you could go day one and you're going to see I'm the same person. I talk the same way, and I never change whether I had 5 viewers or 500. So that's
Yeah.
also something that keeps me leveled mentally,
Hmm.
the fact that I don't have to get on stream, Demi, and be like, okay, now I got to be this person. I got to become this guy, And also, I'm not going to name names, but there's people that you know of also that when they
Yeah.
get on stream, it's like, hey, what's up? And they start becoming a whole different person, and you're like, well, obviously this is not the same guy off stream.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be that. I thrive on the fact that I can stay myself, and I never need to answer to nobody, or I never need to be like, okay, well today I'm out of character. No, today you're just you because every day you're just you. So
Facts.
that's I
Yeah.
think it helps me. It helps me be able to go every day and be competitive, and I don't have to worry about nothing. Just worry about okay, today you need to be good. That's it.
You
So
being your you being your genuine self, and the community sees that. Like, there's never been, no one's ever. I ain't listen. People say a lot of things about you, but ain't no one ever said you was fake. Everybody knows that you've been the same person since day one. So again, it's about genuine to your brand, like you stated. Question: You've done hundreds of wagers. What would you consider your best wager, one of your favorite wagers? No, let's break it up. What was a wager against somebody that you really, really wanted to play, right? And then what would you consider your favorite wager?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. It was by hands down by far Ticino. Now, I gotta give
Mm-hmm.
credit to Ticino, man. Ticino is not only one of the moguls of this community, he's not
Mm-hmm.
only one of the guys who paved the way for wagers, he's the reason why we say wagers. And he Ticino created a path and he left it open for all of us, bro. You know?
Yeah.
Um, and I say all this, he doesn't even follow me back. Just to give you an insight on, I
Yeah.
give credit. He never. I did talk a lot of shit about, like, not about him, but to him competitively.
Yeah. Of
Nothing
course.
crazy, nothing bad. Just I wagered him, beat him 2 years in a row in a wager, and I think that those wagers were just pretty much last year, the 2v2 wager, because that's his
Yeah.
world, and I think that beating him in that wager was basically something that I wanted to do for years. I always looked up to Ticino. I always looked up to the fact that you guys look at Aiden Ross and guys like that, and believe it or not, bro, Ticino is one of the factors of Aiden Ross's
Of
successes.
course. Of
Just to,
course. Yeah.
just like
I mean,
little
because
things.
when in
This guy
2K20 with
has
the wager he
mm,
did with he was playing with
exactly
Bronny, the Bronny
with Bronny,
Aiden
exactly.
versus Ticino
Yeah,
and whoever, and
yeah.
LeBron came onto the
And
party chat and
LeBron
talked.
came
That sparked,
because of the
yes, that
yes.
sparked it. That sparked the
So
Aiden
like
Ross
so
that we
like
know today.
for people not to give credit or to talk down on Ticino because his viewers went down is really bad. I feel embarrassed to be part of this community sometimes because the
Mm,
way people take away credit from you, you could be popping one day, the next day your viewership drops, you're nobody no more to them. You're like, oh, you fell off. Oh, you had 500
hmm.
viewers yesterday. Now you're at 200. I don't want to support you no more. I only want to support, like,
Yeah,
this is the community is very, they praise you when you're doing good and they throw tomatoes at you when you're doing bad, bro.
of
That's why
course, of
it's
course.
even harder to be a streamer. Like I give I tip my hat to a lot of streamers because it is hard. But also you could see this year, Demi, like a lot of people quit the community. A lot
Of
of people are
course.
playing different games. A lot of they're not
Hmm.
consistent no more. I think I'm literally one of the last of a dying breed that just
Oh
kept
yeah, by
sticking through
far.
in a community shambled. Like people, they went back to their day jobs. People, like, they can't even find content no more. And I feel proud to have a community that I have, that they support me through no matter what. I mean, bro, I have a family behind me. It's not even a community.
Yeah.
Forget about the word community. It's a family that I have, bro. These guys, they wear my brand, our brand, which is GBN, Goats by Nature, because they realize that, what Goats by Nature means is something more than just a clan. People, they create clans on 2K. They want to be part of something. But me, it's not a clan. It's just a family. It's to make people
Yeah.
realize that even if you're watching a guy play the game professionally, and you're not as good, but you were meant for something else in life. The people, they tell me, Bullet, I want to be a streamer. I want to do what you do. No, you don't. That's what you
Yeah.
think you want. But you have to find your talent in life because everybody born with a gift. Everybody's born with a talent. And that's what Goats by
Yeah.
Nature is. It's to make people realize that you have to take time to meditate and you have to take, time to learn who you are, get to know yourself, and then you'll find what you're best at,
Exactly.
and I think that throughout the time, that's the type of message that I want to spread out there, and that's something that I've been able to do throughout the streams, throughout the years.
And
Um,
you do that a lot
but
too,
obvi-
bro. I'll give you credit for that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I do give you credit for that because like I'm a type person like I go into I mean I see your stream a lot. I don't say nothing because I'm that type person. I really hate when I know I have like a big name behind my name and I just pop into the chat and some streamers hate that. They hate the fact that another big YouTuber or somebody comes in there. But I will say this: you always give a lot of educational, motivational type spills, and it's mixed into a lot of stuff. And you're right. You can say a lot of things so where people will say, you know what, I don't care if he becomes the next walking saint from Jesus Christ himself. I will never like him or da da da. But in that whole mix, you do say a lot of positive things. You do a lot of motivational speaking. You're really good motivational speaker, by the way. Um, in my humble
Thank you.
opinion, I feel like you really get you can go on a rant and it'd be like 10, 15 minutes, and this dude's like on some DMX, like saying in the beginning of his albums, and you're going on this motivational spiel. He's like,
Oh man,
right? So and I don't think a lot of people give you credit for that, man. Like, but I think a lot of that might come from not. I'm pretty sure just from your football days, of being a leader. being a captain
Yep.
and having to motivate and have those spills, and you kind of round up not just your teammates that's playing the game, but sometimes just a question that's asked in your chat, somebody's down, and you uplifting them. So, I just want to put that out there because I know like a lot of people that just, again, this is good conversation because they really get to know who you are. Some people might even
Hmm.
hear that whole spill you just now did and be like, dang, I didn't even know Bullet was like that. I didn't even know he was capable of
Hmm.
even having that type of mindset. So again, that's very powerful. I do want to go on to the next thing and talk about your I guess you can say, I want to say pursuit, but it was a pursuit of the 2K League. How you've been dominating the amateur circuit of the 2K League, and then the next question will be, why? Where is that? Where are you at right now with that? As far as putting yourself in a hat to play professionally, and because you've been winning on the amateur side, playing against these professionals and beating up on them. So let's speak on that
Hmm.
about the whole 2K League aspect.
I'm unfortunately there's been some issues this year. I'm part of I was part of an organization called G1. They've you might have heard some rumors that they're getting sued. There's a lot of issues with them, and just
Yeah,
imagine being part of an organization. Organization puts you in a tournament as big as a 2K league for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and when the time comes to play the tournament, there's nobody behind you, nobody even messaging you, nobody contacting you. It's you on your own, but you're representing them. It's this year
yeah,
was terrible. I didn't even get to play a single pro this year, Demi, because I couldn't even get through
yeah,
the amateurs this year. Okay, this year was
exactly.
bad, but last year, my first year, my introduction was amazing. It was just the energy was there, the organization was behind me. They were just, I think it was so beautiful because you realize that, starting, now that you know my whole story and you see,
Hmm.
remember from where I came from, and now 5 years later, I'm playing against professionals, beating on them and like embarrassing them, and then getting the commentator to be like, Bullet! It would be
Yeah.
nice if you could transition if you could put a clip right now of what I'm, and if you edit it and put a clip of like the one of
Yeah.
the, it would be nice, But like it's just amazing to see. It's just amazing to see the growth in my own gameplay and be able to like go amateurs in my head and any match for me, but then go play against the professionals and give them a run for their money and make money playing in their tournaments. It was just such an amazing experience. So
Yeah.
so glorifying, so rewarding, because you know who you're up against, and these guys, they sit together every day, they go to meetings, they practice, they literally get to know each other like roommates, and then you come out there with people that are regular players, like the guys that I was playing with, Demon Lock and Eternal Pep, where they're good players, but they're
Yeah.
not as good as these professionals. And then you get in
Facts.
there and you whoop their ass. It's like wow, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And right now, where I stand in the situation is that I have a lot to prove for next year. I'm coming back next year with a lot of noise. I have my eyes on new teammates. I have a new team in the cooking in the mix. It's gonna be so different from the last 2 years. Next
Are
year,
you gonna
we're gonna
focus
be
on
the team.
5v5?
The 5v5 part, I've been playing a lot this year. The problem with the 5v5 is that I just don't have the flair. I don't have the motivation to play 5v5. I want to be one of those guys they bring in the 2K League for 3v3 and then they dump out for fives. I don't mind. Dump me
Okay.
out. I'll go. I want to go back. I want to go back to Twitch. I want to go back to Twitch. The reality is that 5v5 is not glorified no more. It's not as yes. Joe Knows brought a lot of good energy to the 5v5s this year, and
Hmm.
I think without Joe Knows, just like Ticino did for twos and threes wagers, Joe Knows came in. But Joe Knows, you have to understand, he came in the community, but he already had 1 million subscribers. Like people act like Joe Knows came out of nowhere, bro. Joe Knows been here. He's been established himself. Like this guy has been a goat. Like the fact
Yeah.
that people give him recognition now, bro. You're late to the party, my boy. Joe
Yeah.
Knows been a goat. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
Joe's been a
it's
goat
just
for a long time.
yeah. 5v5
I'm
is
that boy,
is
man.
is nice. Yeah, 5v5 is nice, but I think threes is always going to have a demi, and you know it. Threes
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
going to be the
Yeah.
main stage. The lights is all on the threes, bro. I think it's always going to be 3v3 is going to thrive all the time. So
Okay. And so you're gonna go ahead and pursue the 2K League next year as a 3v3 guard.
next year, I actually
For
want to give it a shot.
2K25, I'm
Yep.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
2K25.
for
Okay.
2K25,
So
I want them every year. I've stated that I don't want to be there. For 2K25, um, I'm gonna make it official that I do want to see what Bullet TV could do in a 2K league for a couple months. It would be amazing. I think
That
everybody would want to see
hell
it.
yeah.
It would be amazing. Yeah.
That would be crazy, man. Now, this is a conversation I just had. I just did a podcast with Bear the Beast. And that'll be
Okay.
dropping next week. But
Okay.
well, by the time people are viewing this, that'll be the week. They've been watching that the week before this one.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, I know it's confusing because they got all these things lined up. But one thing that we discussed in that podcast, and I'm gonna bring it up to you, is that we brought your name up. We brought your name up as a big time creator that needs to be in the league because the league is just desperately needs stars.
Wow.
It desperately needs superstars.
That is
And
crazy, Demi. Keep going. Sorry, keep going. It's crazy that you said that, but keep going.
because and the reason being is that, you know, like I said, the 2K league is dying in desperate needs of stars. But then what I was telling Bear was like, listen, man, you know, in order to get the Bullet TVs and the Joe Knows and, you know, the grindings and the Laker fans and stuff, like, you got to put more money on the table because these guys are making way much more money than the 2K league players are currently making. And I saw you already put the money sign up, so you knew what I was getting into. So my question is to you is that you are talking about you want to be in there for 25, but what are some things that you think that the 2K League can do to entice a Bullet TV and these other big creators, streamers, to come over to play full time?
I think all these hundreds of thousands of dollars that they give out in prizes, I think they could take a chunk from that and invest in us. And then by investing in us, we are going to bring more awareness and more brands to them. You see, the marketing team from the 2K League is not as good as I thought it was because they need to understand that by bringing guys like Joe Knows, me, Ticino, and all guys like that, flying them out to a personal event, giving them a little money, which is nothing for them, bro, because like they're going to make it back by bringing guys like us, by putting us in a mixture, you know, you are going to be able to compensate us. And at the same time, you give us a chance to compete, which we're all competitors. You mean put Joe Knowles, put Ticino, put me or other guys out there, bro. We're going to compete, bro. We're going to find a way to be good. We might not be as good, but you'd be surprised that if you put us in an environment and you lock us up in a cage, I promise you, we're coming out as much as a beast as the other beast, you know? Now,
Exactly.
we do things differently because we do content, we stream every day. We look for our people, we look out for our viewers, where other like 2K League players, they have nothing. They have everything to lose and nothing to gain because if they get kicked out of the 2K League, they go back to the shadows. They don't have no channel, they don't have no income, they go back to the shadows. So us, we have something to lean on. Our back is leaned on the fact that we have a channel, we have this, we have that. So win or lose the tournaments, it doesn't matter. I go back to my channel, you know? That's the difference.
Yeah.
So if they want the 2K League to thrive more, they want the 2K League to have more growth and more eyes on it, you need to. And it's crazy because I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about that a couple weeks ago. I was like, what if the 2K League was to like bring guys like me that stream every day, that bring exposure, that bring viewership, and that bring a lot of entertainment? What if they were to like, you know, put us in there in these tournaments where we're already in these tournaments, but we're not guaranteed. The thing is, to get in that tournament, you have to beat multiple amateurs, which this year, a lot of cheaters, and they don't take that into context, the cheating part and everything. Whoever makes it through, right? Now, that's the problem. It's that you have to create a different format that is going to involve guys like Joe Knows, guys like Ticino, guys like myself, and other big streamers out there that is going to implement the viewers are going to be like, yo, Bullet's not streaming today, but I know he's playing at the 2K League event. I want to, you know, like it's little things like that go a long way.
Yeah.
You have to invest.
When you were playing, the viewership went up. I'm dead serious. I was watching it. When you were playing last year, the viewership was going up because everybody wanted to see. I mean, you had like and it was so funny too because and I know Sportstein and all those guys at the 2K League, those commentators, they know who you are. I just think they were just shocked to be like, damn, I didn't know content creators were like that. Because right now, the biggest content creators they have right now in there is Fanta and Iggymo, right? Those are streamers that are now in the league and they're doing good. So shout out to Iggymo and Fanta. But like I said, there's tons and tons of potential in having big creators like yourself in there. And so again, I'm glad that you answered that. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, for 25, that does kick off to where we can see a Bullet TV. Rock, I'm with Mavs Gaming, so like you have Bullet TV with Mavs Gaming, that would be crazy. See you in a
That would be
jersey,
crazy.
you know what I'm saying.
Just
But
there
it would be
talking shit and
yeah.
veins popping out of everywhere.
Oh
who doesn't want to see that?
I would love to see you on the stage, live at a stage, standing up talking shit across to somebody else, man. But Bullet, hey, he ain't doing it for the fun. He's like, hey, and the thing is this: when they see you. Because like I said, like you and I, we're big dudes. So when they see you, they're like, oh, shit.
They're going to think twice, They're going to think twice before, yeah. He's 6'1", 260 pounds. Whoa, hold on a second.
Calm down, Rhino.
But they did invite me to the 2K League draft in Orlando. I went there a couple of months ago when they drafted all the players. I went there. And it's amazing because the 2K League, I could feel like they want to work with me. They want me to be involved. Why would they invite me to a 2K League draft, fly me out, pay for everything for me, and make sure I'm accommodated just to show up as a guest for the draft? That means they do, they want to lean toward, they're trying to lean, but they're not doing enough. Yes, but they have to make moves, knowing the value, flying me to the 2K League draft, it's not going to it just, you took a grain out of the box. Like you have to do stuff. You have to innovate. You have to take leaps of faith. You have to invest. Sometimes, Demi, you know how life is. Sometimes an investment might be good or bad, but you have to take the risk. Yeah. You're never going to know until you do it. So they're going to have to think outside the box and do stuff. But the problem is, you want to know what the problem is? It's the intern, Demi. It's the 2K League players that are stingy. They have ego. And it's the 2K League coaches that are they're young. And they don't even bro, I'm literally going to be talking to people that are younger than me and that are trying to tell me what's best for me in life or how to live life, stuff like that. You can't, you have to, you want guys like us. There's a reason why guys like us, we do this for a living. We stream every day and we do this. There's a reason. We don't have no guarantee. We don't have no salary from Toronto Raptors or the Mavs or whoever it is. We have to create our salary. We have to create our content. We have to create our gameplay. So if that's not enough for the 2K League to realize damn, we need guys like that. And on top of that, it's you've seen what a guy like Bullet could do. I went in there last year and I was cooking the best players in the world, like Law Rich and all these guys. Hey man, I love Law Rich. He's one of the best locks. I don't know if I could do what I did to him last year, this year, but I do know that I've done some amazing stuff when it came to those tournaments, and those are things that not just anybody could do while maintaining a lifestyle of being a streamer and content creator. You have to seize these opportunities as a 2K League, but
exactly.
I don't know what path they're taking. I don't know what they want to do, but when they invited me to the draft, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You saying when they invite you to the draft?
No, I was just gonna say when they invited me to the draft, I saw a vision, and I was like, I see myself sometimes being in a commentator box. I see myself sometimes joining, just like they do for Call of Duty, Fortnite. You know how they match a professional with a celebrity? I'm not a celebrity, but they could implement be okay, a 2K League professional with a content creator or streamer, do more of these tourneys, do more of these live events, show more awareness, show more love to the competitive side of 2K. And then you're going to see the people, they're going to want to watch more. They're going to want to be more involved. But you keeping it only 2K pros, it only goes a long way, bro. People, unfortunately, if they don't know the name, they don't know the game, they're not going to want to watch.
Bro, that is 100% correct. And like I said, I want to wrap this part up, but you're right. That's the same thing I was saying with Bear, and Bear was 100% agreeing with me. And every other, creator that is in the 2K League, we're saying the same exact thing. In the 2K League, if you want to get, more faces on the game, you got to get people in there that the community knows and wants to watch. And 99% of the people in 2K League right now, no one knows who they are. They might be really good at the game, but little Johnny playing for Blase Blah, who is this guy? I don't care. So, but yeah, so let's talk about the next thing, and let's talk about the cheating this year. I know that's been a massive, massive thing, and I know you've been very vocal about that, numerous tweets, everything. At first, I am again, I'm a good player at the game. I'm not a professional. I'm not a stage player, but I still right now currently I have an 89 or 88 win percentage. I play a good amount of time, obviously not on the stage like y'all do, but I didn't even know the lengths that people would go, because I found we got the Titan, we got the Strike Pack, and we have something else. I can't remember. The guy was telling me that's hooked up from that you use a dongle for PlayStation. I'm like, so these guys are going above and beyond to make sure they can cheat. And like you said, when we all know in the 3v3 coin bases, people were cheating, right? In all these tournaments, people were
100%,
cheating,
100%.
right? So talk about the whole cheating this year, and then what do you think 2K needs to do to fix this?
Ay, man.
You folded your legs.
It's been such a disaster, man. I never thought that. I never really thought that 2K would go down that path. But the problem is that Zen's been out there for so long. People just didn't notice. People just didn't realize that people been cheating. You know, just like I'll give you a very very vague example. We were playing Warzone, me and my IRLs. And then one of them is like, yo, I'm going to put my hacks on. I'm like, wait, you have hacks? She's like, yeah, just for the fun of it. You know? So now you realize just for the fun of it. Now,
Yeah.
in another community where I see my IRL downloading wall hacks and aimbot, you're like, wait, but if he's doing it for fun in a game where he plays casually, why would people not do it on 2K? Where not only that, they can get reactions off streamers. They can, like, it's, man, you know, you put a device out there, you put a way of cheating, people are going to use it, bro. I don't even blame the people. It's 2K's fault. I'm going to be very honest with you, bro. It's embarrassing as a company. It should be an embarrassment for 2K, and I apologize for speaking like that, but that is the truth. That is a company that I gave to this year. Almost $4,000 I spent on a game this year, bro. On a game where people are allowed to cheat and you don't do nothing of it. People are cheating in broad daylight. You have streamers out there. Nadex, like, bro, you have streamers out there in your face, in front of your face, cheating in your face, 2K, and you're not doing nothing about it. You're not sanctioning them. You're not banning them. They're boosting events in your face. In your face, they're boosting. They're cheating in your face. And you're allowing that to happen. That just shows me that not only you don't care about your community, but you don't care about your streamers. You don't care about your creators. And you just pick and choose what you want to do, bro. And that's unacceptable. Yeah. I cannot condone that. And that is probably why I don't have a logo, because I say too much truth. And they want sheep. They want people that are going to close their mouth and that are going to just watch the train go by. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop that train. I'm going to stop that train, and I'm not going to allow it to keep going forward unless it goes forward with the right way, you know? So, like, is there a way to fix it? Unfortunately not. People tell me, Bullet, why they don't fix the Zens? Why they don't fix the cheaters? Because, unfortunately, the way the mechanic of the game has been built, they cannot go inside the mechanic. You can't go inside of a car and switch up the way the car is already built. It's too late. You have to change the whole engine. But for them to take out the whole engine of the car, it would cost them dozens of millions of dollars and months of work, basically create a new game. They don't have time to create a new game. They can't. So that's why they're stuck to rot in their own shit, because the reality is that the game is already created. You can't just remove meters because there's people zenning or cheating with no meter. So that's not the point. Dang. That's not the way to stop it. No. So now we're in a situation where cheating is inevitable. You know, there needs to be some sort of way. There needs to be some elaborate way that 2K comes up with, which I think that they don't have a recipe. I think that they don't know how to stop cheaters. It's not that they don't want to.
I think the same way, because, you know, Call of Duty, Apex, Fortnite, I mean, this has been a battle going on for years. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, but didn't Apex or somebody try to sue Coronas for like making like cheats and stuff, but they still lost it because, like, I guess Corona's Inn made it seem like they were using it for like the impaired people that were impaired and all this other type stuff.
Exactly.
So it's like, and you know, and they have an open source code, so people take advantage of the open source code, and you know that's how the cheats are getting put in there. So it's kind of like if the legal system is not going to strike down these third party devices, we all know that Sony has tried, right? So Sony has basically fixed the Zen. Zen doesn't work on the PlayStation, but now they got this new device. It's like a little dongle that circumvents that. But the Titan now works for both. So even when the actual Sony and Xbox consoles, because we all know like publishers cannot do anything with a third-party device, right? 2K can't do anything with third-party device. The console has to be able to, the PlayStation console, which again, I'll give Sony a little bit credit. They did basically kill the Zen on PlayStation, but Xbox, and that's why I took crossplay off, Because Xbox, they can use a Zen, they can use the Titan, they can use the other little device. I can't think off my head. I gotta look
Wow.
at my
They,
phone, and they can
they
use
have
it all. That's
every
why I
they
took.
have the whole
Yeah,
yeah.
I took the crossplay off. So I know what if you're frustrated. I think the whole community's frustrated with the cheating, but it's almost like the publisher, the consoles, right? The makers of the
Hmm.
consoles like Sony, Microsoft, Take Two, they all got to come together and figure out a way to how can we prevent third party devices from getting to the level that we're at right now. Now, I know you say you
Yeah.
couldn't come up with a solution. One solution I said was, listen, if people are going to cheat, at least take away the 13 million different shot timings. So the people that aren't cheating, or at least be in the same level field. What is your take on that? Do you think that we should just go back to pre 2K21 to where it's one shot timing, so that at least it'll be stupid for people to cheat? It's like, bro, why are you cheating? Because the shot time's the same now.
Now
What
that
do you
would
think about
take a
that?
lot of skill. That would take a lot of skill gap out. That would definitely it would kind of bring us backwards because I think one shot timing is. I mean, honestly, I don't know. That's a double cutter. It could work, but it
Yeah,
could also not work because going back to a game that was so simplistic where everybody made all their shots when they were open, I don't think that's like, he's open, he's going to make a shot no matter what because it's same shot timing and everything. Um, it might work. It might work.
mm,
Um, I just think that the beauty of playing two teams that are not cheating and that are not zenning, when you see the
yeah,
beauty of things, like the guy's wide open in the corner for a game, but there's pressure on, but he mistimes it, he misses. That's the
mm,
beauty of basketball because that's
yeah.
basketball at its finest. You play
Facts.
real life basketball, you're wide open for game. It's a little extra stress than when you're in the
Yeah,
beginning. Like even like yesterday, I was playing against my boy, and for game, I'm shooting the ball and I'm not shooting the same way that I was in the beginning of the game because
yeah.
it's game time, it's game point. It's these little
Pressure.
things, unfortunately, would have to be removed for the game to be more, like you said, if people play on the same timing, what's the point of cheating when everybody makes their shots? But the point of cheating is being able to shoot ridiculous shots. Now, the people that are timing their jump shot from the corner, can they do the same timing from full court? That's what a Zen does. A Zen allows you to shoot from anywhere on
Exactly.
the court at
Yep.
the same type of consistency. Now, even if we brought it back to one shot timing, I think that people would still abuse and would still shoot from behind half court with that one
Yeah.
shot timing. It would make it even crazier, but because now Zens would never miss. Now Zens,
Now,
now the way they are, they still miss sometimes. Like for example, when the game starts, for the first 15 seconds, a Zen cannot make a shot. So how do you spot a Zen or how do you play a Zener? The first shot of the game, the first play of the game, you leave him open. That's number one. That's how you spot a Zener. Number one. Number two, there's still some ways for the Zener to miss. If you play good enough defense, if you good enough contest, or if you're lucky enough, if his Zen malfunctions. The Zens are not 100% accurate. They're, I think, 90%
correct.
accurate. So that's at least good. And that's because of the shot timings. So I mean, I don't, at this point, bro, there's just 2K would have to create a whole different way of timing shots and maybe a whole different way of shooting because I don't think just like a game like Call of Duty, bro, a game like Call of Duty, they can't stop cheaters, but Call of Duty is such a big and huge community. If they can't stop cheaters on there, I highly doubt they find a way to stop cheaters on 2K.
Yeah, it's difficult. Like I said, cheating is so difficult right now, man. So yeah, I agree. Like I said, even
Yeah,
this conversation we're having right now, it's just like, dang, like you come up with a solution, but then you realize cheaters will have another solution to that. So it's kind of like it's always just back
always.
and forth, tick and tack, whatever. And like I said, man, I know 2K gets a lot of flack, but they tried so much with the stamina, changing the shots. They did the million different shot timings. And again, what it did was, if you take cheaters out, man, the skill gap is massive. Because you and I
Yep,
both know when you're playing against bots, we're never going to lose to them because they're only going to hit
yep,
like 50% of their shots, right? So because
true.
it makes a skill gap, and that's something that we've always asked for. We've been asking for like the past 4 years. Man, we need a skill gap. We need a skill gap, skill gap, skill gap. And slowly but
And when we
surely,
get
everything's
one,
the
yeah,
cheaters
and
come
then
in,
we get
cheaters
one,
stop.
and the cheaters come in, and then it's like the game, the way the game was this year, though, Demi, you have to admit that, they came out with 10 patches in the first week, bro. It's unacceptable,
Yeah,
Demi. It's unacceptable. Like you could put it on cheaters as much as you want, but the game was unstructured. You know, they put us in a loop where they make us make a build we get comfortable with, and then they drop a patch. Like they they just destroyed our mental. They ran away so many people from the community. And in the
Mhm.
beginning of the first couple months, Zenners was not an issue. I mean, it was the game, bro. The game was the issue. The
Yeah.
developers, they did not do a good job. They did not do a good job of monitoring. They didn't do a good job with the launch. It was everything was all over the place. But in a community where we are at PlayStation 5 and our fourth year of PlayStation 5, where we should be adapting to the new console and you should be mastering the concept of the new console. But how is it going backwards? How is a
Mhm.
video game this elaborate with this much money behind it and that big of a team, of a development team? How is it going
Yeah.
backwards? Why are we
Mhm.
going in a way where the game should be getting smoother? Why is there more delay? Oh, crossplay, right? So why implement crossplay if you're going to destroy everybody's gameplay experience? You know, like
Yeah.
shouldn't you have tested that out before bringing the game out? So it's little things like that that disappoint me from 2K, and I think that that's one of the reasons why they haven't given me a logo is because I've been I've been pointing the finger on all the problems. Now,
And
unfortunately,
listen,
somebody got to do it.
yeah, yeah, no, cool. And
Like
like I said, I no, I want you to speak your truth, speak your mind. I mean, like keep talking candidly. We talk about the logo. You did get a logo last year, okay? You got a logo last year. Let's talk about that. How shocked from 1 to 10 were you when you got a logo last year?
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's been a situation with me and Ronnie in the past. He tweeted me out in 2K20 said, "Bullet is never gonna get a logo." Like literally, he didn't say it like that, but he said like, "You'll never get a logo if you do what Bullet did." Okay, pretty much. So, I was shocked, but at the same time, I just knew that it was gonna happen because the fact that I hit Legend second last year, which I lost to a guy. That was whatever he did to hit it. He got it live on stream, and they took an extra month to give me a logo because they really feel some type of way about me, Demi. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even last year, I
So
felt like
what?
they barely even wanted to give me the logo. They gave it to me like a month after I hit Legend, and after they gave like 100 plus people a logo, then they gave me one. So
Yeah,
it's like, what's that worth to you? What's a logo
yeah,
worth to you? I don't know no
yeah,
more, bro. To be honest, I look around the community and I don't want to talk down on people. Then people are like, oh, some girls they get the logo off the rip. I agree with that. I think that I would give a logo to every girl I know that streams because we need more women out there in a gaming community. Now, when it comes to like all these other guys, there's people that average 1, 3, 5, 10 viewers with a logo walking around, and then you got guys like Nike, like Quavo, Colder Man, like they got guys like
yeah,
me with walking around with no logo, no nothing. That tells you a lot about the community, and that tells you a lot about the devs, bro. They don't give a
yeah.
they don't give a flying ass about us. So
What do you think should be the standard for a logo? Do you think the person's okay? Let me say this part. Do you think the person's character should be taken in consideration for a logo, or should it just
100,
be their viewership and then what they do for the community?
100%, 100%. But you can't expect somebody you've been leaving in the shadows, neglecting for years, to act the way you want them to act. It's like you leave a dog in a cage and you don't feed him, and you think that when you let the dog out, he's gonna be like all nice and chill. No, bro, the dog is gonna come out of the cage hounding and biting you and stuff because you've been leaving him in a cage starving. I mean, we're humans. We work hard. We work every day. We stream every day. We live
Mm,
off this, and you're gonna go ahead and spit in our face and move on to the next guy that has a day job, averaging 3 viewers, and you're gonna give him a logo because he sucked up on you. That's not
yeah,
fair. I'm
mm,
not saying that. Obviously, if I go out and call out the game and be like, the game is ass, the devs are ass, that obviously there's ways of talking as a streamer too. I'm not expecting
yeah,
to get a logo when all I do is talk down on a game. But there's a reason why I talk down on a game. It's because throughout the years, I've been talked down on. I've been neglected. I've been ignored. I've been put aside for no reason, no
mm.
apparent reason. Maybe the bald head. I don't know, Demi. Maybe they don't like bald guys. No, but all jokes aside, though, all jokes aside, it hurts as a streamer and a creator not to get a little bit. I'm not doing it for
Mm,
recognition, but a little bit of recognition for the community and the game you put on. You put on
yeah,
day in day out every day. It just hurts So you were right. I agree with you that the logo should be given out of somebody's attitude, out of somebody's demeanor, somebody's character. But you don't even know the streamer. Why don't they take time to interview me or put me on the side, which they did, by the way? And they knew what I was about. They know what type of person I am. They know how much of I can be professional as much as I can be reckless
Mm-hmm.
and crazy, but I can be a professional. I come from an environment where I have a college education. I have 15 years of football in me. I'm a very dedicated and very disciplined man. So at the end of the day, that's their judgment. Their judgment is bad
Yeah.
because they can't see the good in me. They're gonna get the bad out of me, bro. No,
Yeah.
that's
So
you know.
you do you think the Bullet TV brand, is it a safe brand to work with?
I think that if you steer me the right way with a little bit of guidance, I think it's a brand that you definitely want to have on your side, 100%.
Yeah.
It's not like if I'm not on your side, I'm against you. No, 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 no. But you can't expect me to sit here and look at a product, a bad product, and tell my people, my family that watches me every day. I call them my family because my supporters are my family. You can't
Yeah.
expect me to sit there and eat a sandwich and be like, it's a good sandwich, and like it makes
Yeah.
no sense. If I'm
Yeah.
eating something and I'm giving you a review, I'm going to tell you how it is. Now,
Okay.
if I was now, what would be the difference if I was to be logoed or if I was to work within 2K and have a contract with 2K? I would just ignore some of those negative things about the game instead of just being like, okay, the game is bad because of this, this, this. I would just be like, instead of bringing out the bad, I would bring out the good, and unfortunately ignore the bad. Does that mean that I'm getting on my knees, or does that mean I'm like, no? It just means that I'm not going to point out the bad because I'm a professional and I represent a company that either pays me or either sponsors me or is behind my back for me to represent. Now, does that mean that I can't say the truth? Yes and no.
Yeah.
I know what to say and I know what to say. You know what I'm talking about. Like,
No,
there's a
and,
way
and
to
and
doing
again,
things.
I go through that a lot, because a lot of people always say, like, Demi, he doesn't criticize the game, da da da. But again, like I say this in almost every podcast, if you look at my tweets, you see me, I criticize the game a lot. I
You
criticize the
do.
game a
You
lot,
do. You
and
do.
I do it, but I do it in a constructive manner. And then of course I also use my back channels. And again, I tell people all the time, it's like, you know, there's never going to be such thing as a perfect game, because the game, if you want the game to be perfect, it has to be everything that you want, right? So
Yep.
for me, if I
It's
want the game to be perfect, it got to be everything I want. And I know it's not going to be like that. And we know the game tailors to the massive casual, okay? So we understand that. But I want to go as far as saying that, hey, if 2K was to bring you on board, that, you can't point out the negatives. Definitely continue pointing out the negatives. It's just a certain way to go about it. I do feel like at the end of the day, you know, yes, Bullet TV has done things, to the 2K dev side, to 2K employees and da da da, that could put him in a situation to where, all right, cool. If he's going to say all these things about us, then
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
the question to you is, then why would you expect them to then turn back around and be like, all right, you know what? Let's go ahead and give him a logo. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
If you
mm-hmm.
feel this way about our brand, then why do we want to put our brand on top of
Yeah,
your head?
100%. And I agree with you, Demi. I agree with that statement. I'm very down to earth. I'm very aware. And even, just last night I cussed them out. I was like, no wonder I'm not getting a logo. I know I'm very aware of me not getting a logo. But this year has been so frustrating and so mentally challenging. And to see the response from the devs and the response from the makers of the game, how poorly they responded, how poorly they maintained or maintenance of the game and patches and all that, like the rewards, the all that, like, grinding all year and this and that. I think that some changes definitely need to be done, and they need to bring in different, like, community managers and maybe like the people who brainstorm for ideas. I think they need something fresh, bro, because
Mm.
like the community is not like you said, they're catering to 90%, and they don't care about what we say. They care about the numbers. They see numbers, but they have to understand that those numbers are going to dissipate throughout the years if you don't take care of it, because the people, yeah, they do want to play basketball. They are going to buy 2K, but you're going to lose more and more throughout the years. And that's why even the 2K League is dying now. I've seen rumors and things of like, there's not enough recognition for the 2K League. They can't just, they're not going to just print money, bro, for 2K League
Yeah.
players.
No, you're
Eventually,
right.
the 2K League is going to die because they're not
Yeah.
doing nothing about it. And same thing for 2K. The game is dying. And it's guys like me that are stubborn enough to get up every day and want to play the game competitively, keep my crowd entertained, and just keep the wheel running. But when you
Yeah.
lose a guy like me, I promise you lose a guy like me, like Nike, like Quavo, like Cole the Man, and like all these other guys, bro, you have nobody left. If you took out if you took out some of the big dogs in this community, the guys that stream every day, bro, you're left with nobody. And then what do? You have no streamers representing your game. You have a couple content creators dropping videos because some of them, they're happy with the pennies they make. And that's it, bro. And then you're out of the real grinders, the guys who've been here for years and years and years, putting on for your game, your community, and you just neglect them because you feel like they're no use for the hundreds of millions of dollars you're making. You're right. I
Yeah.
agree. From a owner standpoint, I would do the same, but there's if they want to make as much impact, like for example, the Next Maker program. I mean, look at who they got in the Next Maker program. Not to talk down on nobody, but they got people who've been in a community barely a couple of years, Demi. They don't know nothing
Yeah.
about the community. They don't know nothing about the game. They don't know nothing about the changes, how the fluctuation, how the growth, the rise and the downfall of 2K has happened. They weren't there. They weren't in the trenches. So how can you put somebody in the Next Maker program when he doesn't even know what it takes for the game to go back to the way
Yeah.
it was?
So you feel like you feel like you should have some type of input within the Next Makers too.
I mean, I don't mind if I'm in the Next Makers or not. I'm gonna be very honest
Uh-huh.
with you. But are you asking me, would you like to be a part of a change for something that you do on a daily basis? Hell yeah. What do you mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
would I want to impact the community in a positive way to innovate and to bring ideas to brainstorm, even if they don't use my ideas to the exact way that I present it, at
Mhm.
least like absorb my idea and make it your own. I don't mind, but you listen to guys like me because we think of things that you might not think of. That's what it's about. It's about we create content every day. I'm in the trenches every day. I have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 hours played every year of 2K, bro. Who else
Yeah.
is in a better position? Who else is in a better spot? A guy that plays 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 5v5, that plays a million creators, a million game modes, a million things, wagers, turn, bro. Who else is in a better position, Demi? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it just, some things have to make sense, but unfortunately, the way they do things, they got community managers that have egos that think they're above streamers, and that they're gonna pick and choose who they like, who they're gonna give a logo to, who they're gonna give a content logo creator or whatever those the ones that
Did
make,
you
like if
apply
they
for
would have
that
given me
one? A content
I,
creator
I,
logo?
I mean, I applied for the logo gauntlet. I never get invited. Do I even need to bother? I mean, I didn't bother, bro, because like I was like at that point, they didn't hit me up for logo. They didn't hit me up for Next Maker. They didn't hit me up for logo gauntlet. I mean, are they really gonna put my build in a game? No, they're not. Come on, like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous, but it is what it is. I'm
And
still gonna
so
be top
I
streamer.
and
You know.
yeah, of course, and I do know like it's very complex when it comes to something like that because it's like that. It's always going to be that tug of war when it comes to the creators that speak their minds, right? Not the creator like
Yeah.
someone like me, right? Like me, I'm the type of person like I'm not really trying to go on social media. I'm not really I do my things here and there, but I'm not outspoken like that, right? You know what I mean? It is what
Hmm.
it is. But then you have huge voices like you, Quavo's very loud voice.
Oh
Nadex is
Lord.
another is another
Yeah.
loud voice. Y'all voices, y'all are very opinionated and very loud, but y'all have a very, very huge presence. And it's like, of course, me, on the outside looking in. I mean, I guess you could say I have a foot in both. Like I have a foot in the community, and I also have a foot within Take Two. And it's like I sit there and I'm like, man, there got to be a way to kumbaya this because some of our biggest heavy hitters, they do have a voice, they do have a following to the point that it looks bad when it's like these guys are being isolated. But then on the other side, I'm like, well, I understand why they're isolated, but it's like we got to find a way to kumbaya this because we do want that viewership. We do want that notoriety within the company of like, hey, we do have these huge streamers. We're working with them. We might not agree with everything they say and do, but we understand like, hey, everybody has freedom of speech, the right to say whether they're not doing anything illegal, they can speak their minds. And on the back end, you can tell take two or 2K has the same exact way. Hey, yeah, you have the freedom of speech. You say whatever you want. Like, hey, Kanye, he said some things. He lost his Adidas contract. Was Kanye,
Yep.
he can say whatever he wants to say, but Adidas also as a company can do whatever they want to do. So it's kind of like
That's
both
fine.
sides have
Yeah.
to figure out a way to coexist, because at the end of the day,
But
I
get
feel
it.
like if a
But
Bullet TV's with, go ahead.
Mhm. No. If a Bullet TV is with, but
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm cutting you off because I just want to tell you that the way how can you expect a middle when you don't even give us a chance to get involved? You understand? So like I'm gonna give you an example. If you were to bring in a guy like me and Quavo in the team, right? And then we would see things in a different perspective. We would be more coped and we would be more lenient to the fact that okay, instead of talking about all the bad things, let's talk about the good things, you know? Like it just little things like that that go a long way. For example, Demi, like I don't know if you've seen, but it's the third time in a year that I've been featured on the front page of Twitch. I have a Twitch manager following me, and I have the privilege for the third time, the only 2K streamer so far that I know of. The only one that I know of before was Ticino back in the days. But I'm the only 2K streamer in the past years that have been featured on the front page of Twitch. That just goes a long way to tell you that no matter how much I talk bad about the game, Demi, no matter how much I could say the game is ass, I'm still buying the game. I'm still putting thousands of dollars on your game. And the fact that I play the game and the fact that everybody around me loves basketball, we don't play any other game. We're loyal to 2K. You could be with a girl and you could call her names, but you still love her and you're still with her, bro. It's a love and hate relationship. Now, the reality is that you have to understand that no matter how much we talk bad about the game, we're there, we're playing the game, we're influencing people to play the game with us, we're influencing people to make new builds. They're making new builds. People, Bullet, what build do you need? Lockdown? I don't have one. I'm making one for you. Boom, $100 on the game. Like it's little things like that. You have to understand that it's a very unorthodox way to play the game and talk about the game, but it's working. Now, would I change my ways a little bit? Yes, I would. I'm a very professional guy. I'm a very talkable. I'm a coachable guy. If you, Demi, you'd be like, listen, Bullet, man, I've heard enough about you, and I know that I didn't know you were capable of thinking like that. Now, I have this, but Bullet, you have to change your ways a little bit. You can't say this, you can't say that. Now, I understand I do say things that even I wouldn't agree hearing one of my creators. Like if I was a company and I was like, okay, I'm 2K and there's this Bullet guy, and hold on, let me tune in his stream. Fuck Mike Wang. Next. Obviously, yes, I agree that I would not give myself a logo. I wouldn't give myself a logo. But
okay.
But can you come have a conversation with me so that you can understand where this frustration comes from? You've been ignoring me and neglecting me for years, and you expect me to just be like, yeah, I've been waiting here for 3 years. Oh, you're ready? Yeah, I'm like, come on, bro. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
We work hard at this. For you guys I mean, for the devs or the development team to watch, they have our faith in their hands. Our faith is a big word. They have abilities to give us more growth and more income, but they choose to give it to smaller people just because they don't like our ways of doing things, or they don't like my face, or they don't like my voice, or they don't like the way I talk. But the reality is that, bro, people work a 9-to-5 job, Demi. They work with people they don't like. They don't like their boss. They don't like their coworker, but they find a way to work through it. That's life, bro. You want things to work the right way. You're going to have to intertwine with people, and you have to find a good middle, like you said. Now, with a guy like me, is it possible? 100% it's possible. You sit down with me, you reason with me. We put the emphasis on the things that not to be said and things to be said and things to focus on. Bro, I'm a coachable guy. I played football for 15 years. I didn't tell my coach, hey, coach, that's what I'm going to do. No, coach grabbed me by the helmet. And he's like, listen, you bald, you got to do this, you got to do that, da-da-da-da-da-da, go do this. Throws me on the field, and I got to go do what I got to do, bro. I'm a very coachable guy. But you have to know how to deal with guys like me, Quavo, and Nade, or whoever, the loud voice. You have to know how to deal with guys like that,
Yeah. Okay, good. And I want to kind of wrap this up, but I do know there's a couple, you mentioned about it earlier about Nadex, right? And I want to talk about the whole thing with Nadex, and like y'all are kind of like two peas in the pod. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are very similar in the way y'all approach the game. I do know you have issues now with him. So you said openly cheating, but But yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Oh
talk
yeah,
about that
him.
part
Oh
too.
my God. Oh
So
my
let's just
God. Yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Let's
Go
just
ahead.
talk because I feel like both of y'all. When I say two peas in the pot, y'all are basically cut from the same damn cloth. Is it because y'all are too similar that y'all just have a hard time getting along? Like, what is it with you and Nate X?
It all started with him dropping a video of me on Twitter claiming that I was view botting, which comes back to the whole thing that I just told you. I've been featured on a front page for multiple times. I have a Twitch manager. He gave me the privilege of putting me on a front page. So what the front page does is that it enhances your viewership. It looks like a view bot, but it's not. It's legit viewers. They work on your analytics. You get paid more for those viewers. They basically are viewers that are silent. If you open a browser right now and you open Twitch and you left Twitch open like that, you count as my viewer for the front page. So when
Yeah.
he saw that, he saw the success last year. Well, he's been already hating on me for the past years, just randomly.
Mm.
Because, like I told you earlier in the stream, earlier in the podcast, I told you that when you come up, people are going to come knocking at your door because they feel threatened about you. You know, he's
Yeah.
one of them. He just came at me early in my career, and you know me, Demi, I'm not going to back down. You come at me, you punch
Yeah.
me once, I punch you twice. You know, you smack
Yeah.
me, I smack you back. So it started like that. I just retaliated. And then last year, he had allegations that I was view botting and everything, which people were laughing. They were like, bro, this guy is one of the best point guard in the world at the moment. He's beating on professionals live on stream. And you're claiming that he's view botting, but like, look at he has 4,000 subs a month. I was averaging 2,500 subs last year every month. That's something
Mm-hmm.
huge to do in the 2K community, you know?
Damn right.
So
Yeah.
I tried to drop it, bro, but he keeps just coming back, coming back. So every time his name comes up, bro, I call him what he is, bro. He's a weirdo. He's weird.
Yeah.
He cheats live on stream. He's been doing weird stuff, from the racism past that he had to the fact that he just cusses everybody out, cusses the devs. He's just very toxic, very unpleasant person to be around or to just
Yeah.
watch him. But
So,
but he has his
but
own fan base. He has his own people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has a
go
good
ahead.
fan. Yeah, he has a big fan base. He has,
Yeah.
just like you have a big fan base. Why won't y'all just always just sell it? Just be like, you know what? Let's just do like a wager. Let's wager this out. Let's just get some of
Wager.
this stuff out of the way.
I tried. You know how many people I called out on a wager, Demi? These guys, they'll never wager because they have everything to lose. To a guy like me, Demi, oh my God, if they wager me and they lose, it's over for them. They're getting buried under the virtual world, bro. But they don't want that, so they're gonna stay away from trouble. They're gonna stay away. Like here, hey, Nadex, wager me. He won't wager, bro. You know, like I've
Yeah,
called everybody out on a wager this year. Every streamer, content creator, none of them want to wager. The only ones that want to wager are the ones that either cheating or the ones that are very I don't know any, bro. The only ones I know that would accept my wager is the cheaters, which I'm not gonna
yeah. What
wager you because
happened?
you're cheating.
Let's speak about. Okay, next thing is what happened with the wager between you and Joe Knows. I know you did a video and said talked about it, but what was that, man? Because everybody was really waiting for that wager because
Hmm.
that Joe Knows right now. It's funny. I feel like Joe Knows right now is what Bullet was last year. Like you were the number one streamer number
Yeah.
wise last year. Joe Knows is the number one
Hmm.
streamer this year. And he's doing the 5v5. You said you were
Yeah.
gonna you're gonna start sharpening your sword, become a really good PG for 5v5 pro, and you wanted to wager him. Then y'all were talking, y'all were getting it all set up, and then all of a sudden you said the wager is off. So what happened truly
Yeah.
behind that?
So the whole reason I came at Joe Knows is because Joe Knows used to come to my streams in 2K19. I had 7 viewers, and then you would see a nice little check mark, and Joe Knows coming out. Hey, what's up, bro? You know, like that guy. He's such a genuine person. He's such a down to earth streamer that I don't even know how to put it in words. You know, he reminds me a lot of Troy Dan. You know, so he basically um he started running with a guy called Bullet Passer, right? That was the beginning of the issue, is that I've played this Bullet Passer kid. See, I played him years ago, and years ago I saw him in stage, and people were like, yo, there's a guy called Bullet in your stage. I'm like, you guys are kidding, right? So I see him and I pull up on him. I beat him, I talk shit in game chat. He spins the block. I beat him again. I beat him like 7 times, literally 7 times in a row, okay? Embarrassment.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, on the last time I beat him, I was like, bro, I better not see Bullet in your name ever again. It was a joke at first, right? I was just like, who does he think he is wearing Bullet in his name, you know? But it was a new badge called Bullet Passer. I made nothing of it. A year
Mm-hmm.
passed, 2 years passed. Now, 2K24, Joe Knows comes back to streaming, and guess whose shooting guard is? Bullet Passer. Now, people coming to my stream every day, Demi, for the past 6 months, every day. Hey, why are you not playing with Joe Knows? Hey, where's Joe Knows? That I'm like, guys, you got the wrong guy. This is the real Bullet, not no little kid that doesn't even stream. The Bullet Passer kid doesn't even stream. He's a little kid goes to high, whatever. I don't know what he does in life, but little kid that doesn't even stream. So now there's an identity crisis. It's like people are mistaking me for somebody else. At first, I didn't make nothing of it. Then, after a couple months, started getting to my throat. Now it's all the way up to my head, bro. It's like it became to a point where I can't have one stream and not have somebody walk in and be like, "Hey, where's Joe Knowles?" It's like, okay, now I got.
You think they trolling?
So I got. No, they're serious. They're serious.
Okay.
Because think about it, every year this community loses viewers but gains new viewers. People don't know who Bullet TV is sometimes, especially pro-am people, especially people that just started watching or playing a game. So always there's a recycling bin of viewers and then a new emerging viewership. So I believe those are the viewers that didn't really watch streamers in the past years, and all of a sudden they started watching this year. And so that's how it started. I went up to Joe Knowles and I said, bro, can we wager? And I thought he understood when I told him, make sure Bullet Passer is there. That's what I told Joe Knowles. I said, can we wager? And make sure Bullet Passer is there. So we built it up. We started talking about it. And then when the day was about to happen, when the day was supposed to come, I told him, I want to wager for $1,000. So I'm putting up $500 of my own money. Okay. Then Joe Knowles said, okay, we're doing it on Tuesday. Tuesday comes, I get a DM from Joe Knowles. He says, hey, Bullet, unfortunately, my team doesn't want to wager for 1,000. They want to put more money. I'm like, Joe, you do realize that our wager would be the biggest wager of the year, right? You know, you do realize that it's going to bring a lot of attention, a lot of eyes, and a lot of people that want to see me play you. You know, it would be something majestic for the wager world.
Yeah.
You know, so. But unfortunately, he was leaning more towards the fact that his team wanted to put more money. They're like, why should we just put 500? Put more. I'm like, bro, I'm putting up the whole 500 for my whole team. You guys are splitting it in 5. I'm putting the 500 for my whole team. Anyways, this wager was more for respect and pride than money. Why are we making it about money? So they made it about money. They wanted to double it for 1,000 each, so a $2,000. But what's the point of? I didn't even want to make it 500 each at first because I was like, I thought that they would understand that this wager is for pride. You know, this wager is Bullet versus Bullet Passer. So then me and Joe Knowles, we got in an argument a little bit because he was like, listen, Bullet, my team is all over. They're all in my ears. They're saying that they want you to put more money. And now you're telling me that it's all about Bullet Passer. I'm backing out of the wager. So Joe Knowles backed out of the wager in a respectful way, not in a way that I don't want to play you, in a way that he feels like he was getting used. Joe Knowles feels like he was in a crossfire of a situation that he didn't have to be involved in, which he was correct. So the next day, I got in Discord with Joe. We spoke for about an hour, and we made it clear. So he suggested me that, listen, Bullet, your animosity is not with me. I fuck with you for years, Bullet, and you same way with you. So you don't want no blood with me, and I don't want no blood with you. I would wager you and you would wager me. We could still do it. But your issue is with Bullet Passer. So I would suggest you challenge him. So he guided me a little bit on the video. That's why I dropped the video. And I was like, okay, I call out Bullet Passer on a wager. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And if he loses, take Bullet out your name. If he wins, he gets my money. He never accepted.
Yeah.
But that's why the wager got called off, because Joe Knowles felt like it wasn't logical to wager someone when that someone is wagering just for a name of his teammate. If I wanted to go at Joe Knowles and be like, I want you, but why would I go at somebody that he's one of the first big streamers that showed me love in the beginning? Why would I go and challenge? It would be, that's cloud chasing. That's like trying to take advantage of the fact that he's popping right now. And like you said, he's what Bullet was last year. So now I'm going to try to take advantage of that, because no, I don't want people to think that. That's why if I was going to wager Joe Knowles, it was for one reason. It was for Bullet Passer. That's it. So that's
Bullet Passer never accepted your challenge. Did he even respond?
Nope. But so he never responded. He responded like laughing about it, like, or something like, I don't know what he said. I don't remember, but never responded, never accepted the wager, never had the balls to actually come forward and make it happen. But like I said, he's a kid. I can imagine that he needs Joe Knowles on his team, and he needs his black market team to win, which I wouldn't mind if he was to bring him. If he was to tell me, Demi, if he was to say like, okay, Bullet, I'll wager you. I'll be the one accepting the wager, but I'm bringing black market. I would say, no problem, bring black market. But as long as you accept the wager on your behalf and not Joe Knowles endorsing your wager because he's the bigger picture. No, you, the whole point of the wager is you. So he never accepted. He didn't want to make it happen. So I can't do more than just challenge him and put it on the
Yeah.
table. He has to accept, you know?
Yeah. So to me, I'm looking at it like, man, hold up. You've been playing threes this whole year. You're accepting a wager against a team that has literally beaten professionals, right? Literally beating
And for a
professional
few
team.
$100, and for a few $100, they said no. Like, it doesn't, you see, the reaction you had is the reaction I had. That's why it became a little toxic, because the same reaction you had, Demi, is like, wait, a team that is so-called the notorious best team in the game back down to you for $500, for $100 each extra? Like, really? That $100 was going to change your life? Or beating another top streamer was going to give you so much? Like, I don't understand how people think sometimes, Demi, bro. That's why I was so confused. I was like, wait, did I miss something here? Because, like, I'm offering them a chance. I'm getting out of my world, entering your world, and challenging you in your world, in your ground, and you're saying no for a little bit of extra money? Yeah.
Yeah.
I must have missed the page, because
Yeah, I say, because I was that's like, because when I saw that initially on Twitch, on Twitter, I said, yo, like, I don't think Bullet really understands who he's about to play. This is about to be free cash for these guys. So maybe I'm just trying, I don't know. I'm just thinking like, well, maybe they're like, you know what, we can probably milk more money out of them because we know we're going to win. So they want to milk more money out of them and try to get the extra 1,000. But regardless, I feel like the people that truly lost was the community, because we really would have thoroughly enjoyed that. Win, lose, or draw, it would have been good to be able to see two Titans. That's something that I feel like in 2K20, what made 2K20 so special to me. 2K20 is my favorite game, not necessarily because it's maybe the best playable game. It's because the community, and again, yes, you can give credit to COVID-19, but we had some of the most lit wagers. The numbers on YouTube, Twitch, everybody was eating. Of course, yes, you had more people home watching, but that's the type of stuff I miss. I miss when I see Goliath versus Goliath, where you get these big Clash of Titans being able to play each other. So I felt like we missed out on that. But hey, at the end of the day, maybe it might happen down the line. But I do want to wrap this up. I want to talk about just quickly, is there any other people out there that you think would, like, the community would love to see as far as you play, and maybe get an opportunity to speak it now? Like, yo, like, it would be good to be able to get these matches, not in no beef way, but just like, hey, yo, this will bring numbers. Like, let's bring it back. Let's go ahead and get some good wages here, and take all the money stuff is great. It's all good and all, but like, literally, if you're getting two big people are wagering, you make the money off the viewership. So like, you don't have to sit there and be like, $2,000. It can literally be $500, and then each of y'all have 3,000 people in each stream. You're gonna make way much more money anyway. So you both win. Who will be some people that you think, like, this will get the ball rolling for the summer? Like, let's get some summer hits going.
I mean, one right away that I know was Uncle Demi. No, I'm kidding. No, but
that'd be an easy dub for you. They'll watch, but you'll beat my ass.
But that would be amazing, because they would watch it, because they would be like, wait, Uncle Demi coming out of the shadows to actually play a wager live? Oh my God. But no, but all jokes aside though, the first name that pops out to my head, that would be, I mean, other than the fact that the guys that I already called out on beef, like that Nadex kid that obviously would never accept, that would be something that people would watch, because they know, he's cheating, but if he was to stop cheating and play legitimately, which I don't see him doing because he's not good, but like, that would be good. But the first name that pops up to my head, Mo Buckets, right away. Mo Buckets is a guy that I've been watching, supporting for a long time. He's like a brother to me. But I know I would never go out of my way to be like, yo, Mo, let's wager. But I know that people would just, oh my God, it would be such a, it would make so much noise. Maybe Cole the Man, also another friend of mine that I wouldn't go out of my way to challenge, but that would be something people would watch. Statistics. I don't want to go as far as saying like Quavo, because Quavo doesn't really take the game as serious no more. But
he's a COD player, man.
Yeah, he's a COD player now, bro. He switched it up. But maybe, I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know if Lai, because Lai also has been cheating. So like, maybe Nike, but Nike's been my teammate for the longest now. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's but there's definitely a couple names you match them. Like I would like, I know that it wouldn't happen, but you had him on a podcast, EJ. He's a very
Yeah.
park casual player. He's really not and not even close to being able to, like, I don't think he would win one game. Like I would give him a 5-1 advantage on a wager,
But you
but
know the
I
funny,
don't
but
think
see,
that
that's
would,
again though,
yeah.
like I said, not to cut you off, but what I'm saying is, and you're right, because like I said in the beginning, it's not about necessarily the beef, not necessarily the win or loss, but it's necessarily just the viewership, the entertainment purposes. And you're right. EJ, people will
Hmm.
watch this EJ versus Bullet just to see like if EJ can just get 8 points, just to see if
Yep.
EJ can squeeze a game out, just to see if they control Bullet. If Bullet barely squeaks in game two, you only win 21
Hmm.
to 19. Like regardless, this stuff is missing within the community. So again,
But
when
but
people
but but he
watching
would
this,
never do it because people are scared, Demi. They're scared to lose their viewers. They're scared to lose their integrity, but they're losing their integrity by dodging bullets. Like they're
yeah,
dodging these matchups, but they don't realize that we all have the potential as a community, as creators, as streamers. We all together, if we were to put like brainstorm and get together and schedule these wagers, like you said, bro, we would bring so much life back. Even if we put our differences aside and we're like, okay, well, I know you don't like this guy. Like me and EJ don't like each other. Me and Nate don't like each other. But would I accept a wager against them, bro? For the community, for the viewership, for the hype, bro, I would 100%.
yeah,
Even though I don't like them, I'm able to put my differences aside because I'm a professional, I'm an adult,
yeah,
and I know what it takes. I know what I know what it means to the people watching the game, the community. So
mm,
it would be nice, but like you said, the problem is that some people, they don't see the potential. They want to stay in their little hole. They want to stay in their little routine where they're going to play park every day. They have their viewer. They're like, I play park. I have 400 viewers. Why would I stop? Because
yeah,
you don't see the potential of having 1,500 viewers playing another creator. Like that's the thing.
yeah,
They're comfortable. I don't like to get comfortable, bro. But they get comfortable, and that's the problem. Is that there's just too many people that are scared nowadays, bro.
yeah.
That's
What's your
that's
take on multi streaming?
um I think multi-streaming is bad. I'm gonna explain, bro, because you're valuing one community over another. For me, multi-streaming has not been good because I can't keep up with multiple chats. Just because I just value that. I just feel like I come from Twitch. I come from YouTube, but YouTube has been, in the past for me. I I blew up on, well, I kind of grew bigger on Twitch. I just don't see
Hmm.
the point of being greedy to a point where I want to. Now, multi-stream is not bad in general. It is bad for me because I just feel like I don't need to multi-stream to go have some more awareness or some more eyes. But I think that multi-streaming in general for people that have multiple platforms, that have thriving platforms, it's good because it's going to bring more eyes to their channel and the game.
Yeah.
But you're gonna make people pick and choose. That's the problem. It's that people are gonna only want to watch you on YouTube or Twitch or this or TikTok. I would specialize in one category and just be the master of that category, bro. That's what I
Oh,
that's what I think. Um,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I still sometimes multi-stream, but I would focus on one category, one
Yeah.
platform.
Do you what's your I know that you still upload content on YouTube. How about repurposing your streams for TikTok and other shorts and stuff on YouTube, that type of deal? Kind of, I'm always like to get the take on other creators as far as, why they don't necessarily take advantage of all the platforms.
It's really because I'm really not tech savvy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't even know how to like edit videos. I don't know how to like do TikToks and stuff. So I had people do it for me throughout the time, but it's been kind of a failure because they lose motivation fast. They don't see big numbers, but they don't understand that TikTok, just like YouTube, just like Twitch, it's an algorithm. You have to build the algorithm. You have to be consistent,
Hmm.
and then eventually one video. It takes that one video. It's just gonna do much better than the last one. And now you see it. You're like, you know what I'm talking about, Demi. You're gonna
Yeah.
see that video. You're gonna be like, wait, this video got 5K views. Every one of my other videos got 1K. Wait, hold on a second. And then you found something. You just found something. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go. Now I know what direction to take. And then the next one, you're like, whoa, 10K. And now you're like, okay, now I see what's going on.
Yeah.
Not only is your content different, but it's the algorithm. Now you're part of the algorithm of YouTube. And now when you drop a video at 9 p.m. every day, oh boy, you're going to see the results flying up, up, up. And you're going to be like, wow, it really was all
Yeah.
about algorithm. Because if you drop that same video at 1 p.m. the next day, you're not going to have the same results. It's
Yeah.
algorithm, bro. That's what people have to understand. The internet is just it's a machine. You have to oil it the right way, bro. And then things are going to unravel perfectly for you.
That's awesome, man. Well, that's pretty much everything I have here on my end, man. And again, I just want to give you an opportunity to shout out your socials and your last words that you have before we wrap this podcast up.
First of all, Demi, man, listen, bro. A lot of people talk down on you. A lot of people say that you do stuff for the game and for the devs, but man, you have done nothing but bring light to the community, bro. I appreciate you having me here, number one. I appreciate you innovating, always trying to make the community better, always trying to bring people together. I see what you're trying to do, bro, and it's very respectable. I will promote your movement. I've already been telling people about your podcast. I will make sure that in anything I can do for you, bro, I will. Any type of tournament you have, I will join, bro. I will always be there because I see in you a lot that I see in me. We might not have the same way to project our message, but the intention is there at the end, bro. And now that you know more of me or about me, bro,
Yeah.
maybe in the future we can amount to some bigger stuff, in the community
Oh,
together.
exactly. Yeah,
And
definitely.
and man, listen, bro, I'm gonna be watching your podcast. I appreciate it once again. My socials, bro, Bullet on Twitch, Bullet TV on YouTube, TV_Bullet on Twitter, Bullet on Twitch, on TikTok. I don't really use those other platforms. I'm really mainly
Mm.
on Twitch. I stream every day on Twitch. And that's pretty much it, man. I'm thankful for the opportunity. I want to shout out to all my supporters, man. All my the people that watch me every day, the people that make it possible for people like me and Uncle Demi to do this for a living. God bless you all for real. Thank you guys because
For
you're
real.
blessing
Thank you.
grown men that do this, and we work hard. We put in hours and we put in sweat and tears, and you guys have no idea what happens in the back in the back rooms of these things, but you guys only see us in front of the camera, but you don't understand the mental battles that we have to go through, especially a guy like Demi that has a family and has like a million things on his mind and his head, and he has a million things to deal with, plus the backlash of the community. Guys, give credit to guys like Uncle Demi. Give credit to guys like Joe Knows, like these guys, they deserve every bit of credit, bro. But hopefully I can follow down these steps and become myself one day a mogul of the community so that people could be like, man, be like Bullet, do this, do that. But,
Yeah.
only time will tell. But thank you for having me once again, man. I appreciate it. W
Yeah.
Podcast. And I will be tuning in to the next ones, bro.
Yeah, man. Again, man, thank you so much for coming on. You didn't have to. I appreciate it. Those nice words you said too, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And there you have it. For everybody that's watching, man, make sure you tune in on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube or on Spotify, which will be live. Again, man, this is the big guns, Bullet TV. And of course, I also been forgetting, I want to shout out the ones behind doing all this, the technical support, man. Shout out to my man, Coach J2K. He's the one that's been the one behind the scenes for making this podcast possible, man. So shout out to Coach J2K. Other than that, hey, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tune in every single Friday for Uncle Demi Podcast. And other than that, man, y'all be safe. I'll talk to y'all later.